bringing us back in. Apologies for last week not being able to film because I didn't have any internet. So there we go. But we're back. So last time out, Faendal had rightfully been given his place back as a great reader at the library, and then spent 2 days ruining all level of reputation that he had whatsoever, to the point that he was brought up on charges of multiple counts of varying things, including conduct unbecoming, property damage, trespassing, and possession of dangerous artifacts.
I will say that I at least still have a reputation.
Yeah, it's bad.
You definitely have a reputation. That is true.
It's in the shape of a giant picture with your face just crossed out.
New Faendal was this party's bad boy.
When you're 600 years old, you've got one hell of a past. What followed was a trial, which could have gone worse, could have gone better, and basically the fallout of it was that Faendal, and sort of by extension the rest of you, were to be removed from the library, but due to Faendal's previous record, you had been given a 24-hour grace period to pack up your things, essentially. Faendal saw this as 24 hours to prove my innocence. And to do that, I'm going to use the highly dangerous artifact that I have that no one trusts me with to try and do it. What follows was your decision to divide and conquer. You sent the Dwarf off to do less finesse tasks. He decided to head down to Whitecliff, the nearby seaport, to buy a bunch of things, pick up some goods that some of you had ordered, and he is still down there as of now. It is a fairly long trek back and forth. While Vent and Rambear planned, and I will say quite well executed, a heist to acquire the details of the positioning of the Lost Library of Eretria through disguise.
The amazing stealth of a intelligent bear and a person whose head is on fire.
Yeah, it was very impressive all around. Although did have to resort to charming the head priest, who now knows he was charmed. But through clever deception, he then believes he was only charmed by Vent, and Vent has since headed away from the library. So, what ramifications may happen. Meanwhile, the rest of your group, Faendal, Nyah, and Balthazar, stayed back at the study, trying to figure out how they were going to activate the gate. Shortly through their discussions, about maybe half an hour afterwards, Vent and Rambear turned back up, back through the window in eagle and, was it rat form? Mouse form? Something like
Squirrel.
Squirrel form, landing back in your study, Faendal, and that is where we will pick up.
Hey, what's up? We got it. Do this.
Oh, excellent job, excellent job. We have coordinates?
I cast minor illusion to show what I was seeing. I present the hand that I carved the map into, and my other hand that I prestidigitation the mark onto to show what I was seeing as well.
Got it.
Rambear,
That matter of speaking, yes.
that you didn't need to do any of this.
Yep.
It's like, I got some papers here as well.
They might not be important, I can't read.
Yeah, that's fine.
But is your hand okay?
I can't feel it, so it's probably fine, right?
It's a good sign. Sign it's healing.
The fingers don't move anymore.
Can you take a look at your fingers?
I will take a look at the papers that Rambear brought, and look at the perfectly done map, and then look up at Vent's minor illusion and go,
To be fair,
Assuming-
the illusion is relatively close.
I take out a piece of paper and just stamp my hand down onto it. How close was that?
But I will say the paperwork that Rambear handed you actually has kind of measurements and references, which helps.
I appreciate your effort, Ben, but this will be enough.
To be fair, I didn't know what was on the desk, so it was contingencies.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I definitely charmed the priest, and he definitely now knows what I did. But he also thinks, hopefully, that I'm in the port. So,
Okay.
time might be rolling on a bit.
They're gonna come for us soon anyway.
Well,
aren't they?
we've got until the next morning, but hopefully we're aiming for by sunset to have this finished.
Okay, so
But we've got coordinates.
let's
That's
put on
set by-
let's put on a fresh cup of coffee and figure out these coordinates.
We've got the maps. We need to get the gate running. That's the big thing.
Need energy
I
source.
will say, just to be clear, because you have a map of the whole thing, they don't have planar coordinates calculated. So you would simply...
Okay.
Ugh.
Ben, do you want to get started on figuring out the coordinates?
Yeah, I can try. Yeah, let's go for it.
Let me know if you need help with it. Or I want to figure out the energy source.
Okay, roll me an Arcana check.
Okay, that's better. 22.
22. You get started. It's going to take you a short while at least, so Faendal and the others have time to discuss fuel sources while you're scribbling away.
Yep.
Alright. How many gems do you have with the fire elementals? Nyah?
Oh, I'm gonna say 2.
100.
2. I have 2.
There were 2 in Faendal's drawer. Whether you have any others, I don't know.
No, I
That's definitely enough to get it started. We did have 2 others a while ago.
I remember you used 1 against the ghoul, but I don't remember when
I
you
used
used it.
another against the dragon. I used mine against the dragon. We got attacked by a green dragon, it like nearly killed all of us in one go. But then the fire elemental butchered it.
Just for a second, I will just say, Bryn has joined us, so I'm going to bring him in.
Wait until after I've eaten.
Okay, fine. We can wait.
Because Karis is finishing off the cooking, so she'll come in and then I need him. So
Okay,
if
just
wait for you to come in, it's just easier.
message me when you're ready. Sorry,
No
Chris.
problem. We've got enough to get it started. The fire elementals will get it started. That I know for sure. How long they will last for is the other matter. We don't really want to get trapped in an alternate plane. But I'm not sure for sure.
we don't know how long this energy is going to last and keep the door open. We don't even know how time works on the other side. So there's a very high risk of getting trapped.
Do I have any books or notes on the Dolmen Gate that might talk about energy sources?
Roll me investigation. This is almost a retroactive investigation of your previous times spent researching rather than now, but yeah.
16.
16. I mean, most of the work on Dolmen Gates was theoretical until you got a hold of them. The exact nature of how much power is needed is unclear. From the knowledge you get, what's a good analogy for this? There is an element of self-sustaining to it. Not exactly. It's not just a case of get it started and then it's fine. But the energy required to start it is a much higher energy threshold than it requires to maintain it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
What sort of energy are we talking about? Because I wanted us to make some coffee earlier. Create some like really strong coffee.
I will say with
That'd be great. Thank you, Rambear.
inherently magical. What this device does, you have enough research on this. What this device essentially does is punch directly through the weave, which is essentially the fabric of magic, to connect 2 points within planar cosmology. So in order to punch through the fabric of magic, you need a lot of magic, essentially.
So with the 2 fire elementals, alright, if it needs a lot more to get started than maintain, perhaps we don't need the fire elementals to get it started. And a lot of us lot can all funnel a lot of magic into it to start it up, like a big explosion of magic. And the fire elemental, and then we can throw the fire elementals in it to maintain it.
That might win us some time.
Can we save us some time on the fire elemental side of it?
Might work.
So you mean like spam it with magic?
Yeah, chuck a load of fireballs at it.
Faendal, do you have any information on what would happen if you got trapped on the other side?
Possibly. But I mean, I can figure it out. We'd be stuck in a different plane. Not great for us.
So there wouldn't be any way back.
Not with my level of magic currently.
You know, you've done this before, right? You went to the wrong coordinates. You ended up.
I've not gotten to another plane. I was attacked as I opened up the portal.
Then you ended up in a different part of the world.
Yeah, I'm unsure about how that happened.
To your memory, what happened is you voluntarily teleported yourself and the demon away from the library. You essentially sacrificed yourself to make sure the demon didn't get hold of anyone else.
Which means I'm still not at full power yet.
What if we left a note? Like, just in case. No, hear me out. Just in case we do get trapped. If they came looking for us, and if there was a note, if they then opened the same coordinates, would they be able to get to us so that we could get back?
Maybe, but would they want to?
Probably not.
I really liked that at the moment.
Yeah.
Can't hurt to write a note and just leave it like on the desk.
Yeah.
They can't get into the room.
Oh. Could we send a message?
They
to
can force
someone?
their way in, but it might take a while.
This is like a backup contingency for if we do get stuck there. So
We could send a message to someone so that.
You've got sending stones.
I would suggest we don't tell anyone that we're trying to.
Nyah has a sending stone connected to another sending stone.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. She can be like, look, I'm going to call you in like a week's time. If I don't, can you come to Kirond and like break into the library?
I don't think she. I mean, we're not that close currently. She might not even pick up. Maybe she hates me.
I mean, you're the one who hasn't been keeping contact.
Well, I called her that one time and she came and then left like instantly. No, not even a coffee afterwards. She just left.
To be fair, you didn't ask her on a date.
Rambear's gonna sort of try and quietly say to Faendal, like, if we... I don't know how you did it before, but you managed to teleport across Kirons. Maybe if that happened this time, we could end up, I don't know, somewhere in the Ashbar Desert, maybe close to where we lost a faithful companion whom we all love equally. And that's a lot.
I appreciate your sentiment, Rambear. I'm still not quite. My memories have returned, but my capabilities still haven't fully.
Okay.
The teleportation magic that I have used is beyond me at the moment.
I'm just saying, if the opportunity arises and you get to choose as a location, I wouldn't object to it. Really wouldn't.
Meanwhile, I'm beautiful minding in the background.
You're getting quite close, but still taking a while. Just to get exact.
Faendal, do you think if we sacrificed magical items, it would help power the Storm Gate?
Potentially.
Haven't you got some sort of world-destroying orbs or something?
Shut up,
Not
Fen. You don't know about
all.
those.
He does actually. You've spoken about it in front of him.
We've spoken. He doesn't know quite what they are, but
Correct. You've mentioned spheres, and that's the extent of it.
powerful
We
spheres.
we don't have any of them on us.
I do have a bead of force, which might do a lot of magical stuff, but
Yeah, pretty powerful.
I have it ready to go off when needed.
I've only really got the chalk that I can spare. So, it's not going to help.
Thunder Ring.
I mean,
I'm not carrying
I
it.
do-
Someone else has got it.
oh, actually, I think I gave it back to. Oh no, I do. I do have the autumn cloak. You know, the druid cloak that I stole from the grave of a. may or may not be a sacred item of Rambear's grove.
Fen is getting distracted every so often. Just overhearing this talks about your previous escapades, like what the f-? Accidentally smudges a sum and an equation has to start writing it again. What's the plan? It takes about just to move things up. Then it takes you about an hour to solve that to the point that you are 98.5% confident you're right.
This is, to the best of my ability, the coordinates.
The only thing I can think is to just throw spells at it beforehand to get it triggered, and then do the fire elemental to maintain it.
Is there like a generate something that will contain the magic, or are we just
We have a
throwing fire at an expensive thing?
So to explain to you the design of it, it's like a large central section of magical contraptions, and currently anyway there are 2 canisters, essentially, kind of brass and copper canisters with clear glass almost on them, that are heavily frosted up, that look like that kind of thing, that look like you put an energy thing in here and it goes from there and filters into the device.
But I'm thinking, can we just like get to them things and just go fireball, fireball, fireball,
I mean, we could try.
or
I
fireballs
wonder if it
into
might
it?
destroy it. Maybe don't
So
use
why don't we
fireball
start with
initially.
something smaller than a fireball?
Yeah. I mean, I can use some sort of healing magic, I guess. I don't really want to create a tidal wave inside the thing.
Where the things are sort of where the canisters connect on, is there like a sort of like a tube or something that goes like from the canister down? Okay. Is there like an empty slot at the moment?
No, there seems to have only been initially 2 designed canisters to be attached.
Okay. Could we try removing?
Roll me... Yeah, roll Arcana.
16.
16. You may be able to add a 3rd if you fiddle with it and bolt things on. Not
Tell you what
you
else
may
I
break
can
it.
do. If we can get it working, I could set up some sort of contingency based around my unseen servant. I can create an unseen servant that can like do something if time is running out.
Can we see if we can remove these canisters quickly?
Sure. They are removable. They're designed to be taken out and filled with something, essentially.
Okay.
The frost on
If I
them
sort of-
seems to be part of their design.
Okay.
Like their magic.
So for containing something to. Okay. Okay, so if I have a look at where the canister was removed, is there like a drain basically that from the canister down into machine?
No, so it would go up into the machine. So essentially you've got the canister there, and then the top connector is then a piping unit that heads into the device.
Okay. What I'd like to do then with that is basically just cast like a minor illusion of just like a black sphere, and just basically like move it to the
tubing.
Yeah.
Okay. It goes there. Nothing seems to happen. Roll me an insight check.
It's not great. 17.
17. Still good. By your estimation, the device isn't even on at the minute, waiting to accept the power source. It would need some kind of fiddling to start taking on power.
Faendal.
I've got an idea for a contingency, but you go with your thing that you're saying, yeah?
I'm just gonna say, if we turn this on, can we start like charging it up with smaller levels of magic and see if that builds?
Like turning it on doesn't do anything, does it, Gethin? It's just like it's ready.
From what you understand, yeah, exactly. It's like having your Xbox in standby mode. You know where it's that always on kind of thing. You're still actually waiting for.
Okay.
I just want to be careful because I don't want it to like go before Thrungi gets here. But yeah, we can turn it on and test it, I suppose. I have a contingency plan, potentially. But it has limitations. I can cast Unseen Servant and have it so that the Unseen Servant, after start last an hour, after 55 minutes, if nothing happens, well, I'll have Unseen Servant and I'll have my Familiar waiting at the portal. After close to an hour, the Familiar will come get us regardless. But if I can potentially tell the Unseen Servant if the portal begins to close or if the power starts to wane, refuel it, and I'll give a bead of force put into the fuel canister.
Good work.
Potentially, that would give us at least an hour or until the portal is closing. I just don't know how quickly we can get to the portal from inside the library. That'll be the worry once it starts to close.
I don't suppose you remember how it worked before. It was like a corridor you had to walk down, or it was just like a full walk through. You're in the thing.
Chris.
Yeah.
Just to clarify on Unseen Servant, if you command the servant to perform a task that would move it more than 60 feet away from you, the spell ends. Last sentence of the spell.
It wouldn't move it.
You would be.
You would be commanding it to stay put, and then you would walk away more than 60 feet.
How intelligent is that? How intelligent is my Familiar?
Fairly intelligent. I'll give it a semblance of intelligence, yeah.
Can I give it a command?
You can definitely command your Familiar, yeah.
Can I have it? I can have it if the portal starts to close. Put the bead of force in.
It's a bird.
Can I use my horse as well then? My horse can like communicate with me.
I can just have the peacock and the horse doing advanced planar engineering. Yeah.
I mean, the horse won't do anything advanced, but it can be like, yo, something's wrong. Like, flip out. I don't know. Flip out.
Yours has a mile, doesn't it?
I will definitely agree that the Familiar would work. You couldn't talk to it, but you can give it a command.
Hang on, let's just.
I'll agree with
so, just to confirm here, Faendal, what's the plan once we get there?
No idea once we get there. I'm thinking of just so that we can get back. I don't care about once we're there. Once we're there, we're in the library. I'm gonna have fun.
And then we're gonna be escorted out of this library, away from the Dolmen Gate that gets us back to the library. Is the plan to build another one somewhere else?
The plan is to get to the library.
Okay, Faendal. It's to get to the library, get proof of the library, and get back quickly so that then we can go back to the library without a time restraint. Right? Right?
The plan is to get to the library.
But we don't want to get trapped in the library. I'm just gonna gather some.
It's watched Avatar. Last Airbender. You know Wong Shi-Tong's library? And the guy who goes to the Wong Shi-Tong's library with them.
No, I've not seen that.
No, you haven't. I know that.
We're not leaving you behind, I say out of character.
There's a guy in Avatar who gets stuck in the library of the spirit world, and in the sequel series, 100 years later, his skeleton is there.
Who knows?
Anyway.
So, once we get to the library, and the people from this library come to escort us off the property, are you going to be staying in the library?
The word library's been said too many times for it to make sense anymore.
Library?
I don't know how to make this any clearer to you. I have no plan for afterwards. I am getting to the library. and
Should we
that
make
is
one?
that.
Because now we have a plan to get to the library.
Or,
You guys can consider what happens afterwards.
Yes, we get proof, we get back. We don't want to get trapped. So once we have proof, then maybe the council will reconsider. And then you can use it
We're not just-
more often.
We're not just.
Are you
walking
planning
in
on
and
just-
leaving.
Are you
We
planning
want-
on just dying in the library?
No, there's more at play than that. But like, we're not just going in, popping in, grabbing a book, and leaving.
Yeah, but you can't just also just wander around the library and
Like,
spend
there's a
hours.
time limit on how long we have the gate that gets us to the library.
I think an hour is a reasonable amount of time.
Okay, 1 hour. Top.
And once
That's
you've
what
done
I'm
this, and you leave, and can then never return to the library again because we get thrown out of the place with access to the thing that gets us to the library.
But if we have proof, they might not kick us out.
Oh no, they're going to.
Yeah, they might
Like,
get
I'm
worried
still
about the
guilty of the stuff. It's just more justified.
It's not that Faendal's wrong. They just don't like him.
But
It's also not that Faendal's innocent. He just. This is about whether
Faendal
like.
is also absolutely not innocent and has committed
Faendal did all the
crime.
stuff. It's just about whether he's done it for crazy reasons or done it for sort of alright reasons.
but surely with such a huge discovery, like, you know, they
I-
could just kick the
Then it's a
person
story for the library, and politics wrapped up in that for years. Faendal might be dead by the time they decide to go back to it.
I think it'll just wait me out.
The weirdest kind of siege ever.
He's got, what, 200 years left, tops?
As old as I am, I'm
30
still older than.
best.
Yeah. As old as I am, I still probably will outlive some of the other council members. Some of the newer ones.
I'll tell you what, actually, that's an interesting point that you would have had memory of now. In the last year or so, the Keeper of Tomes has been preparing, so Janusi has been preparing the first reader Skoda to take over his position in the event that he dies,
Oh.
which would create a place as the first reader. One of the other great readers would take. Be promoted to, I should say, rather than just take. It's not
Then
like
it becomes a Game of Thrones.
yeah, it's
Chaos
not
is a
like
ladder.
chairs that the first one who can get in the seat on the day gets it.
Top is retiring. Second top is going to take place. So second top is there's a vacuum,
Power vacuum.
which Faendal can totally take. I feel like Faendal's in
What
the shot.
have you kicked out
Faendal's
of the
about to be
library?
kicked out of the library and never allowed to return.
Faendal is in with a shot. Faendal is the
Literally
most-
not.
By the fact that your rank has been stripped, you are no longer applicable for that.
You would have to kill the council, supplant them, and create your own council.
24 hours to make my case.
You are. You have as much authority here now as me.
Arguably less. You're welcome back.
So far.
But no, I have the most experience of anyone on the council, and this will be the biggest discovery of my lifetime, which means all of their lifetimes combined. So there is that. But anyway.
What are you doing?
Yeah. But once you've found your discovery and come back, they can just say you didn't find it, and then you're escorted off the property away from your dolmen gate that gets you to your biggest discovery, and then it's done. And then you spend however long building another dolmen gate, I presume.
Oh, there's no way in hell he's got enough years left to build another one.
That took me centuries.
Yeah, so... Claire.
Have grandchildren that will have grandchildren.
Faendal.
Eventually enough generations will pass that Faendal's descendants will be able to return to the library.
Anyway.
Is Faendal
Wow.
like plants?
Faendal what?
Faendal like plants? How many like
Yeah?
trees
Faendal like-
in your office? Like large plants.
I'd say there's probably a couple of potted plants around. They're probably dead. Because it's been a year. Well, there might be a
There's a very sad-looking rubber plant in the corner.
One really, really large cactus or something that doesn't need much maintenance. Would you have one of those?
Are you just really hoping for a transport via plants via like one of those giant cactuses that takes centuries to grow? That is also just coincidentally sitting in Faendal's room.
I feel like there was potentially a bonsai on top of the fireplace that is
Barbarian
That is
massive.
and
I'm telling you now,
Maybe-
bonsai is not big enough for transport via plants.
And
Yeah,
with
it
like
also
a year
has
of
to be
literally no care at all, that bonsai is dead.
Setting that boundary.
there would not be bonsai. Bonsai's dying in like 2 days without care. Bonsais are the worst.
Japanese piece
Um, there's probably no living plant life inside the office.
That's unfortunate.
On the other hand, you can still fly out the window and go to a normal tree if needed.
I mean, they will probably not keep your tower here once you're gone.
What? Oh, are you thinking about afterwards?
Yeah, I'm still thinking that afterwards.
I didn't
Not
think
going back here. I wanted to carry a massive fucking cactus with me all the way around this library if we get there, and then try and transport
I'm
via
not-
plants through that, only to
I'm
find
not
out that
sure
it's
if
like a
I'm-
container.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure transport via plants works
You
in
need
the way
plane
that.
shift for what you're trying to do.
Or gate, which is way worse.
Yeah, gate's a bit much. Plane
Yeah.
shift will do it.
I use the greatest magics to basically do what Faendal's built a giant machine that takes up an entire room to do.
I've built a 9th level spell machine.
Essentially. Except arguably worse because it's capable of punching through wardings, which gate can't necessarily do.
It is
Yeah.
also absolutely stuck in one place. And requires huge consumptions of various magical things.
I should have just released the thing for the Dolmen Gate. Like, that would have given me enough renowned. Creating a real working Dolmen Gate. If I was less obsessive.
Anyway, this conversation's gone on for a while.
That's-
What are you doing?
That's basically our entire time here, Faendal, is if you were less obsessive, we could have still been here after tomorrow.
We've been talking about this plan. The plan, then. So, we'll start the machine off with just inputting crap tons of magic to spark it alight. Then we do the fire elementals to get it continuously going. Yep. We'll set up my familiar and her horse to see when, like, what are they called? Like, stationed so that if the fire elementals start to die out, the peacock can put the bead of force into the fuel, and her horse can do a telepath thing with her.
Horse or hawks?
Horse.
Horse.
Du-du-du-du-du.
Have you
Coconut
not seen my
horse.
friend? Ven hasn't seen my horse.
Has Ven never seen?
Seen my horse.
Is this room
I
big enough
have
for a horse?
never seen your
No,
horse.
you will have. You will have, because I believe you used your horse. No, you didn't use your horse to get up here from Whitecliff. You walked.
Yeah, she hasn't activated a
I
horse
summoned
since
my
the-
horse. I
Yeah,
summoned
yeah, we
my
got
horse.
your horse. Ven goes, what horse? And Nia goes, don't describe it, because he doesn't even know what his horse is.
My horse is a beautiful face steed of completely black color with spider webs all over it.
It's like ghostly and
Like
Oh,
ghost
it's-
spiderweb barding, essentially.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's okay. That's rather a large horse.
Isn't he
Hello.
beautiful?
Yes. Will that make it not attack me?
Maybe. You've got to bow.
I bow.
Roll an animal handling check.
Oh god. This is how Vent dies. Stunned to death by a horse.
What a way to go.
I rolled very well for it, so... Oh shit, was that a pen? Unnatural 20.
Electo is fucking chill. Like, he's well trained, he knows what's up.
He just gives me a side of like, seriously, you told him he had to bow.
I do have the worry that it.
Go on.
Go on. You go on.
I was just going to say that the idea that Vent is afraid of water and horses means in Greek mythology he would hate Poseidon.
A god of the sea. Hello! Also, the last time we were even vaguely sea/storm based, a kraken tried to eat us.
Yeah.
I think his fear was well founded.
A
It's
fucking
definitely
fail.
irrational, I'll give you that.
I also got to experience life as a majestic dolphin.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Right,
Yeah, that's been transformed quite a few times, hasn't it?
He loves
So-
it.
Yeah. Yeah, I have.
Great each time.
by the
Shut
time,
up.
Polymorph.
by the time you've had all of these discussions, it is now mid-morning, to be honest. You've accomplished quite a lot in the space of about 2.5 hours. So it's around 10 o'clock. Thrungi, by your estimations, he left probably sometime between 7:30 and 8. Is probably still on his way to Whitecliff. He hasn't even arrived yet.
Yeah.
So we're pretty. Are we essentially pretty set up to go then?
You coming
Should
back
we
down?
test out?
If we can rest for a bit, so some of us
Oh,
can
okay.
recharge our spells and
Do you,
stuff.
do you want to?
I might rest for the rest of the day.
Do you want to blast a bunch of spells into it, see if that works to get active, and then we can rest for the rest of the day?
Yeah, if we could test out the coordinates and
We can test
Yeah,
out the
we do.
coordinates,
they'll give us an idea of how much magic we need to put in.
yeah, how much magic we need to start it, and if we could put any spare in or anything, and
We
how
don't
long.
need to, we don't need to go through it immediately. Do we want to start with the library's coordinates or use the ones that I used for practice?
The library. It'd be nice to see if they're correct.
Okay.
How will we know if they're correct?
What if that's
No.
their
Well, there'll hopefully be a library on the other side and not the endless, incredible wastes of interdimensional space.
Can we
What if that sets
see?
off like alarms and warnings and stuff? Because we're breaking through a ward to get to the library.
Well, then we'll know what's coming towards us. So that once we've had a nice rest and a little sit down, we can
Yeah, we're gonna
do
set
it again
off an
fully
alarm.
prepared. With an angry Thrungi nearby.
If there's traps that are gonna go off, we're gonna set them off anyway. We might as well set them off early.
Okay, so your plan is to actually turn on the gate for 5 seconds, and then turn it off.
I mean, just to like put energy into it to get an idea of like
Yeah,
the levels that we're gonna need to.
so then we'll know exactly how many spells we need to put into it.
Okay, so
Because we know we need a lot of magical energy
Yep.
to turn it on.
okay, so all of the spellcasters, because you are all spellcasters,
Yep.
filter into the room. Take off both of the frost canisters. To open up both of the available channels, essentially. Who is casting what?
I am going to cast darkness because it's something which will sustain. It's not just sort of one and done.
At what level?
5th because it's all I can do.
So you stick your hand like underneath the vent and you begin to you essentially cast a spell. Watch this bead of darkness begin to grow out of your hand before the entire energy is just taken up. This time. I'm assuming Faendal has turned on the low power mode, essentially. And you begin to hear the device just kind of faintly hum. You can feel that build up within you.
Okay, that's 5th tier.
I will also note your concentration immediately breaks.
Yeah, okay. Okay, doesn't matter how long you can use the spell for, it just takes all the energy. It just takes the raw energy out of you.
I'll cast a 2nd level fog cloud.
Again, similar, like you're on the other side of the room and you see that fog cloud begin to just condense in your hand as you cast it up, and very quickly it gets taken in. Not much of an audible notice in hum.
I will stick my hand under and cast a 5th level wall of fire till there's a little fire trail.
Little fire tornado.
You like spread your hand out almost like a cross to begin the start the formation of the wall, and just as you cast it across, like it just starts going up and into this vent. There is a sense of power building within the device as the hum begins to grow louder.
Remember, I'll cast a level healing word.
Is that 5th level?
That's cure wounds, whatever. 5th level. A 5th level spell.
Again, same as everyone else, you're building this energy up in your hand and it very quickly gets taken up, and it's almost getting taken up faster, like it's eating more and more. And at this point, elements of the device begin to start lighting up. Like there's elvish script, which are magical runes lighting up. Conductive elements begin to slightly spark electricity. None of the actual devices on top are moving yet, and you also know you have yet to set them.
Can I cast a couple
Ben,
of cantrips into it?
You cast a couple of cantrips.
Ben, do you want to start getting things in
Seems to
position?
have no effect.
Oh, yeah, I'll start inputting coordinates.
I will
Okay.
cast Starlight Barrier at 3rd level.
It's beginning to hum relatively loud. It's always getting bassier, this drum, like it's going below audible as it's getting heavier and heavier. You can start feeling it in like your bones and your rib cage a little bit. Then you're going to try entering coordinates.
Yep.
Which coordinates are you trying to put in?
I'm going to try and put in the library, because that's the one we've agreed on.
Okay. Roll me a straight intelligence check.
Oh dear. Oh, that's 12.
12. You start trying to adjust them, and the complexity of the device is starting to get to you, and you're starting to panic almost that you're not getting it set up fast enough as this drum is building up, and the others are starting to put spells in. You're stressed and panicked, and things are slipping out of place.
Faendal, sort your machine!
Do we need to slow down? Do you want to take a sec?
Yeah! I'm trying to
Well,
calculate 4-dimensional coordinates and I'm fucking
Well,
twisting.
We'll keep feeding it, but we'll keep feeding it some low level magic, and I'll cast a 1st level magic missile into it.
Is that first?
Or you, the person who built the machine, could give me a hand.
And then I'll go to give him a hand.
The 3 darts disappear up the tubes. Minor impact, but stuff's starting to creep, like runes are starting to flicker here and there.
Usually fine.
I'm still exploring. Can I cast my Channel Divinity? Let's see if that has any effect.
Oh.
The room begins to fill with mist. And just fills with mist.
Okay.
There is now a faint dew around the room.
Oh god, there's mist, it's on fire!
I'm pretty sure I can dispel that.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, okay. I'll get rid of it when it's not going up the tube.
Oh god!
Fade down. If you're going to give it a shot, roll an intelligence check for me.
Intelligence, straight intelligence.
Straight intelligence. Very hard to have proficiency with a brand new device that you've
14.
14. Again, for you, just between the time pressure you're feeling of all of this energy going in, distracted thoughts, the changes that Vent's made that don't quite match up to what you're thinking, things are flipping out of place, nothing's quite working, you're seeing elements of arcing energy that you're looking at going, that probably shouldn't be arcing, and you're starting to get worried that the device may be damaged if you keep going right now.
Right, guys, we need to back off. We need to back off. This doesn't work. It's backfiring.
I will lower my sword because I was about to try and do a divine smite. I was just like, no.
So
That's
Jules,
There's like a computer like engineer there. It's like it's not working. I hit it with my sword.
you'll stop. And then after about 10-15 seconds of no one putting energy in, you start to feel that thrum lessen and decrease. And it rapidly dips off back onto silence. Just that pervasive sense that the device is on, but in no way charged.
That's a lot of energy it needs. Can I'm going to test it while it's quiet. Can I breathe fire carefully towards it and see if that works as a source?
Roll me a dex check.
Hey, natural 20.
That's what
23.
It was going to be anything but a 1. You pull up, you angle one of the brass pipings so she can breathe fire into it. And you breathe in, and the thing heats up remarkably quickly and becomes quite malleable, but doesn't seem to have an effect on the actual device. It's almost like your breath is not magical, it's more a natural based thing.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
doesn't have that effect.
At least I know what is possible.
Today in Balthazar melts the machine.
Yeah, I tried to be careful.
You were very careful.
Alright, so we know how to feed it. But that was a lot. That felt like a lot of magic that we pumped into it, and it didn't even start.
You put 21 spell levels into it, I'll tell you now.
I was going to try and remember what people had done, but I couldn't. I forgot. That's a decent amount of magic.
It's information that you would have, so I'm not sure.
What went wrong then? It just wasn't aligned properly at first, was it? Can we align it before? Can we align it now?
You want to try?
Should we try aligning it now?
When we're not building power into the machine.
And we can try.
So I assume you will do it together.
Yeah.
So one of you can make an intelligence check at advantage.
Faendal.
My machine. I'm glad it was at advantage. That's a lot better. I got a nat 1 at first. So I'm doing well, and I make a big slip that nearly snaps something off, and then manages to catch me before I do it. And then I get a 21.
21. The air of the room is less tense, it's less charged. The lack of noise is helping you focus in. Between the two of you, you adjust the dials very carefully and methodically, taking your time. You know you have time, because ultimately, Thrungi is still a while away, you can take your time with this. You just carefully place everything aligned, sorting out the orrery, the sextant and everything. And after about 20 minutes of just being triple checked, you're confident now it is set up to target where you want to target.
Shall we try again?
Yeah, I've got a bit of magic left in me before I'm going to need a bit of a snooze.
You can wait and let us guys do that. We've got larger magical reserves, so
I mean, we've not got anything else to do for the rest of the day.
We definitely have time to rest afterwards, don't we?
do you not have any at will spells?
I've got cantrips. I've got detect magic. If you want me to look at it real good and have my eyeballs be drained by your machine.
You're saying can you just detect magic into it constantly? Warlocks could potentially break this. Some to get like a lot, like some really good at will ones.
Do you want us to start
Anyway,
magic then?
shall we start pumping in? I will start with a 4th level wall of fire. The gate started.
You see
Nyah.
the pipe get warm and then it starts to quietly buzz up.
I sort of go and like sit myself down by the tube.
Yeah.
Sort of look over to Nyah and say, Nyah, would you mind getting me some coffee or something? I might be here a while. Please? You're nearest the door.
I kick him in the balls.
Ow!
Make an attack
You've
roll.
got to remember, Ben doesn't know this, but Nyah is a noble.
Yeah, he doesn't know that.
Am I doing an
No,
attack
has no
roll?
idea of this.
Make an attack roll, yeah.
Is it just unarmed? Yeah.
Just
Oh god.
Yeah, it's only 6 damage.
Does 21 hit then?
Oh yeah, it does.
An armored boot. Take 6 points of damage.
6 damage. Anybody else?
It doesn't include the like wounded pride.
I
I'll
instinctively
turn around.
cast Hellish Rebuke, but I am right next to the machine, so it's just...
Double damage from
What level is
vulnerability.
Hellish Rebuke at?
it comes out at just normal first level. It's a... Oh wait, no. I don't have that racial ability because I'm a different one. It comes out at 5th.
Straight up the pipe and hit that hum that was there before is back and audible again. It's a crescendo building.
Hit with my sword and cast divine smite.
I'm sorry!
That's Divine Smite at 3rd level. Okay, make me an attack roll.
Gonna roll a quick wisdom save just because I'm now on the
Sword
floor.
at a fragile device.
I'm tapping. Does 27 hit?
Comfortably. As you say, you bring it in, you fill it with divine energy, and then just like carefully like tap, and then you just this brilliant radiant light goes filtering up these tubes. These tubes are somewhat quite thin, and you can always see the light of the certain magic going up them. So you've had like bright bursts of red going up, and then this is a bright burst of kind of white going all the way up and filling the device. Was that 3rd level, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I just rolled a wisdom save to see how scared of Nyah I currently am because I'm on the floor and she's bearing over me with her sword. I rolled a 1. I'm just held up in a ball like, I'm sorry!
Ben, you are legit frightened. You now, for the next minute, can only move away from Nyah.
Yes. You can't move closer to the
I could not. I scramble out of the room and go and find my own coffee.
Fair enough. Investigate.
Can I cast Spirit Guardians, 3rd level,
3rd level.
twice? Because
Just straight
speed up talking, yeah.
twin handing it. the energy build up from that is significant, and you see a number of those runes that were on the device start lighting up again, and the orrery that the guys had set up begins to slowly turn, just as the energy is built up, almost like a magnetic field, just causing it to spin. Yeah.
Rambear's gonna cast. Try and polymorph the Domin Gate. Why not?
Polymorph's 5th level, 4th level.
Sorry, it's I think it's 4th.
Roll a d100, you get zeros, and it turns into a rabbit.
No,
Hey Faendal, your life's work, it's a rabbit now.
It's starting to like get almost deafening with the noise that is building up at this point. It feels
Does it
like
have a tail?
Pardon?
Does it have a tail?
It does not. It absorbs the entire concentration of energy with no.
You hear a little squeak from the pipe.
You hear a squeak, it is his vent outside, cradling, curling up in a ball with a mug of coffee.
And an ice pack.
For the sake of my own
building
symmetry of my
at this point.
spell, for the sake of the own symmetry of my spell slots, I'm going to cast a 2nd level magic missile. Because that is now one of every spell slot. Except for 6.
And with that, everything in the room gets dark, except for the numerous runes that are etched all over the device and upon the walls, and that thrumming gets lower and lower and lower until it's completely sub-audible. Silence breaks across the room, except you can still feel that noise in your chest as it's thrumming harder and harder. The large gold and platinum planar ori on the top begins to spin faster and faster, until it almost spins so fast that it appears to be static in the exact coordinates you had set it previously. The whine of the mechanics begins to pierce your ears before it goes the opposite way, and it goes super audible to the point you can't hear it the other way, but you can feel it nagging at the back of your brain. A breeze from nowhere picks up and begins to swirl around the room faster and faster until a gale is whipping at your robes and hair. And then with an almighty boom, like lightning sundering the earth, a crack appears on the stone wall to the side of the device. The sound of rock tearing widens the crack, spilling multicolored light into the room. Beyond the gaping wound in the world, you can see a tunnel of pulsing light and howling wind.
I walk towards the crack.
And in an instant, it collapses.
I fall against the wall where the crack was. And I
You look
start
back
to-
and realise that you hadn't connected any additional energy sources. You did enough to kickstart the device and fundamentally make it work, but it had nothing to maintain it.
We're doing this tonight. A very serious deadpan expression, like we're doing this, going through. We have to.
Balthazar and
How
Faendal.
many- Yeah.
You felt something.
Yeah.
Mm.
Thought I might extra have to. In fact, I'm gonna roll a wisdom.
How
save.
many spell slots was that worth?
24.
24. Okay.
Oh, so close last time. Okay, phew. I rolled pretty well on my wisdom save. I don't immediately start to recharge it.
We need to
We-
get rested. We need to get
We
ready.
need to prepare. We need to get rested. We're going through tonight. Definitely. Did we see anything on the other side?
Tell you what, roll a perception check based on looking. But I will say, Rambear, with your passive perception, you will notice after the device shut down again, the force at which everything shut down nudged everything out of alignment. So it's not set up for the coordinates that it was set up with.
26 on that perception.
26. You didn't spot anything except this multicoloured hallway of shifting light. Like, you could maybe just about make out something at the far end, but you couldn't tell what it was. It looked like a solid enough hallway, but it hurt your eyes a little bit to look at it.
I've realised something as well. I'm going to turn to Balthazar and be like, Zenadis will know now.
Maybe,
We can feel it.
but it might be too far away.
He'll be able to feel it. Can we feel him?
Xanadis,
We haven't reached out for a while. But
you haven't thought about it for a while. You thought about it at one point and you sensed him back again.
I think we're on the ship.
Yeah, that's around that time anyway. You kind of put out that sense again, and yeah, you can feel him. Still to the southeast. Yeah. Rough direction that, to be honest, most of the continent is from where you are.
True.
Yeah, it's not very helpful, but
He could have moved 1,000 miles and changed.
Fundamentally,
changed
you do sense he is on this plane. That is,
But
not even him. You
We-
sense the spheres are on this plane, not necessarily him.
we can sense that, so he will have been able to sense what we just felt.
Wait, you just.
you won't
sensed-
have had a long enough time to triangulate it, though. I won't think.
No, but he'll have a rough inclination. I reckon he'll be able to put 2 and 2 together. He'll have seen what we saw.
We have to go tonight, don't we?
Are you both sensing the orb?
When that opened, we
Same
sensed
feeling. Yeah.
It's in there.
definitely one there.
It's in
We
there.
still have that cloak of like shrouding or whatever. We
You
wrap
have
the other
it?
one in, don't we?
I think it's in my backpack. Usually, I think I usually
Yes, we
keep it.
do.
So before we bring it back, we
I
need
have
to
it in
wrap
my
it in.
I have it in my inventory.
Is it a good idea to bring it back though? I mean, what if it's safer there, seeing as it's on the plane?
I don't. Did we say it? Did we tell anyone that we felt that he'd left the plane?
No.
No, you didn't tell us.
Well, I think that might be a time to tell it. Should we tell them what we felt?
Yeah, we.
Well,
Would you
We
like
felt
to wait until
tempest.
Thrungi returns?
I mean,
You-
we can quickly. Yeah. We'll say it anyway, but we need to take a long rest anyway, don't we? I think we
Yeah.
can all do with a proper rest. Can we take a long rest? Can we sleep, Captain?
It's hard. You only woke up a few hours ago, but
We've had a lot of excitement and spammed a lot of spells.
yeah. Like,
It's
A long rest
it's
doesn't
not
have to be
like your body's
sleeping.
not asking for sleep, but you can spend the 8 hours essentially trying to sleep, taking like half an hour naps that go in and out, and taking a long rest. I will note you
Long
can only
rests
take
don't technically have to be sleep.
don't technically, but you can only take one per 24 hours, so you cannot take one for another 24 hours.
Oh,
It's once per day, technically. So the last one you took kind of went over the night, but you started it yesterday.
Thrungi will expect to be carried if he has a nap while you lot don't.
Before we sleep, I guess, do you think it would be more valuable to be able to leave an area like very quickly, or have a sort of buff when we go into the library?
leaving, maybe.
Evening?
Yeah.
Oh.
Quick escape routes.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll quickly before the I mean, as you say, we're not proper sleeping. To be around to chat. I'll say that yeah, we felt Zenidis disappear from the plane a while back. I wouldn't there was a time where we couldn't feel it, sense him.
Could it be that he knows that
It could be that he just managed to hide it somehow.
But he was definitely gone for a while.
I wouldn't say that the library is completely impenetrable to him.
Does
Well,
this
if
mean
he's-
he also has?
he might have been searching on other planes for it?
Yeah,
We don't even know what powers these orbs give him if he's using them fully.
Well, these coordinates, they're quite secret, right? I mean, could he... If he's searching, clearly he doesn't have them.
Yeah, but he knows where we are now. Because we opened the gate, he could feel our general direction. He'll come looking this way.
safer with us. The sphere. The sphere is safe with us than left on its own.
Yeah, we can block it and take it wherever.
Better protected than hidden.
So, however long it takes us, however long we need this portal open, that's the amount of time he's gonna have to come and find us.
Yeah, he's gonna be able to sense us when we do it.
That means that we have to retrieve the sphere. We can't just wait. As in, we can't come back and then hope to be able to go back there again. We just have to do it all at once.
Can I, before we rest, can I reset up the teleportation circle? The teleportation.
So you mean set up majority of it and then final bit?
I can set up the components. So like write out a runic circle in the middle of the main room.
Let's read teleportation circle.
No, because it says as you cast the spell.
Yeah, it specifically takes 1 minute to cast.
I can't draw the circle in.
The chalk will begin to fade, essentially.
Yeah. I'd have to hold the spell.
Yes, you would essentially be concentrating on it for the entire time.
Okay, but once we get back, I can immediately start writing a teleportation circle to Jumper's home. Jumper straight to the adamant system. Which apparently you'll be coming along to now, Ben. Coming to the adamant citadel. You alright? Unless you want to stay.
It's better than being stuck with a device that I can't use in a place where I'm going to be thrown out of.
Do you know what the adamant citadel is?
No.
You would know, actually.
Okay.
Fairly famous. The guild is, think Justice League, kind of neutral, politically band of adventurers.
Avengers?
And the Adamant Citadel is their keep. It was gifted to them centuries ago.
Okay.
And then you're
So that's sort of like a fairly neutral thing on the mainland, then.
yeah, so it's situated eastern Cirrustir, just north of Forlont, on the lower mountain ranges of the Ashen Waste.
Okay. Would they be looking for somebody who has done some of the things I've done?
Yes.
Oh! Them! Okay. Yeah?
I'll tell them whether it's like, will they hire me or are they going to arrest me? And I think I just wanted to stay like that.
Roll an insight check.
Insight? Yeah, sure, actually. I'm good at that.
Your choice of the two.
We'll go deception.
Oh, Curry's going to take me.
Oh, god damn it. I have very
19.
good deception. Not that good. It was, what is it? Deception. Oh no, I don't actually have proficiency in deception. That brings me to... I rolled a 13 for 18.
Ooh, he
Ooh.
just wins.
Ooh,
You just
Ooh,
win.
Faendal,
If you
you
were-
catch.
Faendal, you basically just said, hey, what if we take you to the cops?
Yeah, you catch a whiff of him going, I need a way out of this.
What?
You're not comfortable going to the Adamant Citadel?
Not hugely.
Why not?
It's taken a long time to get here.
Look, we're going to the Adamant Citadel. After that, this is... You can stay behind if you want, but... You don't have to come with us to the Adamant Citadel, but if you're hiding secrets that put us in danger...
Oh
this
no,
is
nothing that
important.
puts... No, nothing that would put anybody else besides me in danger.
Trusted you quite strongly over the last few weeks, and we've grown quite close to you. You better not be hiding big stuff from us.
Big stuff, come on. What, am I going to be some sort of war criminal or something you're afraid of? I'm just not that keen
That
with...
wouldn't be that bad. I'm not sure you'd be alone there. But
Okay, now I'm more concerned about you guys.
Wait, why wouldn't you want to go to the Adamant Citadel? Like, are you not, like...
Don't
No,
particularly
it's
like
not
large... I don't particularly like large, somewhat law-enforcing places where people can be hired to
Wait,
put
wait.
people down.
it's sweaty.
I'm going into fangirl mode here. I'm like, but the guild is amazing. Why
Oh yeah, Nya's like a
would you
fangirl.
not want to meet them?
It's they accept money to hunt some people down sometimes, and when you look like this, people can send a lot of people after you.
Oh,
It's quite a distinctive look.
The guild, they're just noble warriors protecting this land.
What?
And I look like a fiery devil.
Some of them are noble warriors, the others are the wayfaring strangers, those bastards.
Yeah, well, they clearly got in like pure luck. That's a glitch in the matrix.
If you have
Not
beef
right.
with them, we support you. We
Yeah,
are part of this beef.
yes.
We would
What
vouch for
Rambear
you.
said.
We wouldn't hunt you down for the way you look.
Wayfaring strangers would.
Yes, but we're not friends with them.
Exactly, and they work with the guild, so you know it's.
We work with the guild. Did we judge you?
No, but then you're not the Wayfaring Strangers. And to be fair, when Faendal got his memories back, he did assume I was with the Worm Demon.
No, that was when I lost 4 of my memories.
Faendal, you racist!
Faendal
Yes.
racist, shocking.
Actually, yeah.
Wow.
Faendal's like, have you seen me? We've been working together for a year.
You told me a boomer.
So, I mean, yeah, if it's a way out, then it's one I'll take, but yeah.
We're not going to force you to the Adamant Citadel. I need to know that you're on our side and that you're not going to compromise us in the library.
No!
And that your business is not anti-guild business.
Nope.
Okay.
Don't think it is.
Are you sure you want to go into the library with us? It's risky.
I mean, it's risky, but it's also the greatest discovery of several generations and has an awful lot of knowledge in it.
Okay.
I don't suppose you have a vague gauge on how much energy you'll take.
Sorry.
2 fire elements work there, and I'll keep, like, as we said, we'll have the... Oh, we actually should probably test if it takes magic items.
Roll Arcana.
Roll that down there.
You've had a little bit more experience with the device and doing things.
22?
If it took spells, it'll take magic items.
Right, okay.
It'll break them down to their constituent components, essentially, and draw out the enchantment.
Cool. So I'll take that. So we'll leave the contingency plans. Nyah's horse will presume it can communicate telepathically with her.
It might not be able to go on another plane, but you know.
The gate will be open. Whether that works, that is new territory for everyone. I don't think any of us would be able to know. We're doing science. If not, my peacock.
If your steed is within 1 mile of you,
Oh.
Yeah,
cross
it
planes
might-
definitely break that.
I mean, there's a
I
tunnel.
would say with the gate open, as the crow flies, it would be less than a mile. Presuming the crow flies through the gate.
The whole point is it's sort of bending
Yeah.
space together,
We'll
then
find out.
wait, I'm less big.
Now-wise, they're way far apart, except Dome and Gate meld space-time, so we've shortened it. It's relativistic, or whatever. You're the physicist, you work out.
Chris, not Faendal, roll me a persuasion check.
Minus
We did them for when we built a thing. I've got a plus 15. I've got 15. I'm apparently quite
Use your character sheet that we've gone for 1 chance.
Where is it?
Roll me
Where
a
is it?
persuasion
Oh,
check.
I can't remember if I'm proficient in that one.
I mean, I think you're a ranger.
I'm a bard.
He's a bard.
Oh, yeah.
Persuasive.
I'm built for this.
Probably quite good then, isn't it?
15 charisma.
I love that my ridiculous one-shots are coming into
Plus
it.
8.
Plus 8 persuasion.
Plus 8.
23.
23. Yeah, okay.
Then it's this fine. They're normally this far apart, and we dragged the bottom out, and they went.
You're taking a long rest.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
About an hour or 2
Presume-
into your long rest, Faendal, there is a knock at the door. A gentle knock.
I-
It's not forceful or anything like that.
I will not finish the long rest. I will answer the door.
Well, you could probably still finish the long rest as long as there's nothing
Standing
We'll see.
outside the door are two guardians who seem to be flanking your door. They seem to be paying no attention. And a long-haired elf wearing green and white robes, braids down either side of her head in the minute, and a relatively somber look on her face. Hi, Faendal. I heard what happened. I'm sorry, can I come in?
I take a look around behind me and check how much horrible evidence of our misdeeds is there.
Have you shut the door to the gate?
I close the door while he's doing this, just...
The Dolmen Gate will be shut, yeah.
Then everything's in a decent enough place.
Yeah, it's just general notes in it then. Yeah, I'll let her in.
Thank you.
Give the two guardians a glance.
I thought I would come by and see if I could help at least get things organised for you. She takes a look around the room for a second and just takes it and goes, you haven't even started packing, have you?
And this is my room. I don't know why I don't feel the need to. They can do what they want. This is my room.
It is for the next
16?
16 odd hours. After that, it defaults to the library itself, and all possessions in there become theirs.
What would I be able to bring with me? My books will stay here. Best that they are left as knowledge for the library rather than me hoarding it away.
I suppose that's
Knowledge is to be used after all.
terribly noble of you. You seem to be taking this quite well, considering.
More pressing deeds on my mind. I am, after all, now a recently made adventurer of the Adventurers Guild. Pretty impressive for my old age.
She looks you up and down. Tell me, is what the rumours are saying true? Did you find the coordinates?
I found a lead. A strong lead.
I urge you to think carefully about what you're doing, Faendal.
I don't like to bring my reputation to any more disrepute.
True. But do you really think this is the best idea?
Don't know what you're referring to.
Faendal. I may not be as old as you, but I'm still quite smart. I can put two and two together, and the look upon your face is not one of solemn disappointment, shall we say.
I mean, I was never close to the guild. The library. It was a means to an end. A lifestyle. It was a lifestyle. It wasn't a means to an end. You know, not in a means to an end for 5 centuries. But I'm okay. I found a new calling in life. I save people now. Shh. Give Nyah
Oh,
a
sleep.
dirty glance. Yeah, nice.
Probably took your bed.
Don't do anything too reckless. And, stay safe.
I appreciate your concern. I wish you well. I wish you success at the library. Perhaps you will have a less tumultuous experience here.
Well, you definitely set an example to not follow in the last couple of days. Well,
We shall see.
I do hope I get to see you again someday, and maybe in less concerning times. And she walks out the door and leaves you there.
Just reminded me though that I could still pack, I suppose. Loot my own room.
Or organise into travel containers, but yeah.
I was thinking more, I've got a bookshelf that fits on my belt.
Yeah.
There's currently 12 books in it on the Library of Eretria. But, no. On bits and bobs. I start putting some valuable books into it.
Fair enough.
Whatever I think is the most valuable and useful of all the books. Until I fill the bookshelf up.
Another 7 or so hours pass as you all finish your long rest. No one comes to the door.
Interrupted.
Thank you. Thrungi, by the time you get back to the library, it is heavy dusk at this point. Like you're essentially walking up to the gates around Jerusalem at like an 8 p.m. You walk through the open courtyard and get to the sunrise gate, the large gate that separates the public area to the private area. And standing in front of it is one of the guardians, not one that you've seen before, who's just standing there, sees you approach, and doesn't move.
You gonna let me in?
I'm sorry, Master Dwarf, but no, you do not have permission to access the vaulted towers any longer. Your place was granted with former Great Reader Faendal Redonian, who no longer has the privilege. Upon
My
leaving the
place
vaulted
was given
towers,
based off my story.
that
Knowing him
gave-
gave me the entrance to give you the story.
That gave you permission to the open courtyard, good sir, not to the vaulted towers. So you've walked through the initial gate. This is the second gate that blocks off the
Ah,
wizard's
sorry,
towers.
I misunderstood what you meant. I take that back.
Fair enough.
Still feel like Thrungi would be like that. Very like, I mean,
So what you are saying is that you will allow them to stay in his room for the next 16 hours. Yet me, who went to buy supplies and buy bags so that he could take his stuff out of there because it's his, will not allow me to go back to him to do so. Escort me if you wish, but I need to go there.
I'm sorry, sir, that was just not allowed. As the simple matter is, you were all given 24 hours to leave the library premises. You left the premises. There is no condition for your return.
Thrungi's gonna speak to a manager. We get to see Thrungi's true rage. The Karen.
I hope you're ready for a long night. And Thrungi then just stands there and starts drinking.
He stands there patiently, on watch. Seems
Oh.
perturbed by your place in there.
Cool. After about an hour, Thrungi starts to pee on him.
He stands ill.
Very disrespectful.
I will give you the chance to walk away from the situation, sir, before you are also placed under arrest, this time for causing your own trouble.
Escort me to the room. Like I said, I have supplies for them so that we can leave.
I do not have the ability to let you in. You do not
Then
have the requisite
Someone
paperwork
who
permissions.
can.
I cannot leave my station, sir.
Are you unable to send a message? I thought you lot were all masters of magic.
So, if you do not walk away, you will be apprehended right now.
But you? No.
Fight.
It's your choice, sir.
The choice is yours. I am just standing here at this point.
You were not just standing here, sir. That's the
I said at
bold-faced
this
lie.
point. I said at this point.
I've given you opportunity to walk away. There is a tavern where you might be able to enjoy further drinks than the one in your own tankard.
Yes, apart from you simply do not seem to be clever enough to understand the point of if someone has been sent down to gather supplies and allow us to move, do you want the rest of my party to leave?
They will be leaving in due course.
Do you want them to leave without a fuss and take all of their belongings with them?
That is their own choice.
No, I'm asking you this question. Is this a yes or a no?
I think you misunderstand my role here, sir. I am a simple guardian. I do not run this library. I just simply enact its laws.
You have an opinion?
I do.
So would you like them to leave with all of their stuff? Not leave anything behind that would require a guardian to clean it up? Say, for example, a shark.
Roll a deception check. The shark is real. It's not out of a bag. Nor can it get out of a bag. That is a fundamental lie.
That's a bluff. It's not a lie in which so much is a bluff.
No word of a lie. Deception.
I'm going and I'm leaving my shark with.
I mean, that's a great deception roll. He looks you up and down and goes, if there is a shark, with a tone of not believing you, there's something we can handle. It's not of my concern whether they leave with their goods or not. Any goods they leave behind become property of the library and further expand their knowledge here.
Not if you can't get in the room.
We can get in the room, sir.
Then why did it take you over a year to get in the not get in the room?
I think you don't understand library tradition. Any master's room is left for 100 years before being opened again. Whether the library thought Faendal was dead or not, that room would not have been tampered with for 100 years.
So therefore you must be able to leave his room for 100 years. If that is the rule.
He is no longer a master.
But he was dead. He was no longer a master then.
He's still
He's no longer
he's still
dead.
master at the point of his death. He no longer has the title. The title continues after death. I'm sure you dwarves understand that a king is a king even upon death.
Well, the king is dead. He no longer is a king when he is dead. He is an ex-king.
Strange
Sorry.
tradition.
He is a previous king.
Strange tradition.
Oh,
Are you still a boy when you become a man? Because you were a boy before?
But the boy hasn't died.
But you have changed into something else, so therefore I may call you a boy, yes?
this is the longest Thrungi has been in an argument without thinking facts up.
I think you are conflating two completely pointless arguments here, Master Dwarf.
No, you're just not intelligent
Boy
enough to follow.
boy and man are not titles, they are identifiers of age.
But they are also titles. You were a boy before you were a man. That is your
I
title.
would not title someone with boy, that is an incorrect use of words. It is clear you are not a book smart individual, sir.
It's an internet forum argument.
Open a fight.
Oh. Rage quit.
No, sorry, I had to close the door for Karis.
This is just an argument on any internet forum about literally any subject.
Because, let us put it this way. You have I'll admit, a belligerent dwarf who has demanded entry so that we can get the rest of my party to leave without any problems in the morning. Most people would have probably tried to hit me by now.
I have no need to hit you, sir. Even if you decided to try and get past me, you're not getting through that gate.
Possibly. My access to sound more heavy of a gate.
You
A
are
gate.
not getting through that gate.
But the question would be whether you would be alive to see the attempt or not.
I guarantee you I would.
Now,
Are
I'm
you,
going.
just to be clear,
I'm
you
not
are
leaving.
threatening violence to a member of the library.
Actually, I've
Do you wish to
never you at any point.
do you wish to be completely evicted from the library at this very moment?
I
At the minute,
haven't.
you have the courtesy of the open courtyard, but right now you are threatening to physically injure one of the workers of the library, which is punishable by complete exile and never to return.
I have never threatened you at any point directly.
Your implications, on the other hand.
Ah, but you're assuming something there.
Oh,
That is not what I have specifically said. Therefore, you are taking something possibly out of context.
Are the rest of us like awake and getting impatient?
Yeah, you're starting to worry where he is, because it should only take 8 hours to get there and back, and he spent 12 so far.
What if something's happened to Thrungi?
well, what do you mean? What?
I don't know.
Surely he's back on time.
Okay, well, why?
He's just in a debate. No, I'm asking Gavin.
No, so it's 4 hours there, 4 hours back. And he spent
Oh, so
4 hours in town because he decided to wait for a healing potion.
He was only supposed to take like 9 hours total.
Yeah, and he's taken 12 and a half.
Is it getting to sundown now?
Yeah, basically the sun, it's that point of summer where the sun's below the horizon but there's still plenty of light.
No, I'm getting very impatient then. I'm getting very, very angry and impatient. Where is Thrungi? We need to get this done. It's taking way too long.
Well, there's nothing that happened to him in the village. Not exactly a dangerous place.
If he was waiting for like some stupid orders like goddamn chainmail or something, I'm gonna be so upset.
No.
Thrungi at this point will just go, fine. I will not do anything else, but I'm not leaving here until my party come.
Very well. Enjoy standing there, sir.
Cool. He just remains there. He will not piss on him, but he will not move. Any bodily functions will be done against the wall.
This guy essentially returns to Royal Palace Guard at Buckingham status.
Rambear, would you mind going out and scouting around from you? I'm getting very, very frustrated.
Send your familiar out. Can it not go a mile as well?
Can you? Yeah. Can you?
Oh, I feel like it can go 100 feet.
Oh,
It can go ages.
I thought-
It can go ages. I can't see through it. Unless it's
Right.
100 feet. Pointless.
It could go and come back.
See if we can see Thrungi. I'd say try the familiar first before Rambear uses wild shape
Can
spells.
you send me a link for the top?
Village.
It's getting quite dark.
Gonna.
Pop it in the
I
chat.
can,
Thanks.
I can send my familiar out first, yeah.
Okay.
Suppose.
Your familiar
Rambear.
does a route taken in the library. It doesn't go beyond the confines of the library. And it does spot essentially Thrungi standing belligerently outside of the Sunrise Gate.
Alright, as the familiar comes back to me, because he can't do anything else, I'm going to be like, alright, so Thrungi's stuck outside, he's not coming inside. I imagine they're just not letting him in.
Wait, can I backtrack slightly? Sorry. Thrungi is a dwarf, and he knows rules and laws and agreements, right?
Dwarves aren't devils.
No, not like that.
You understand oaths.
But Thrungi would remember the ruling that was put in place for Faendal, right?
Yes.
Cool, my memory hasn't failed me. Because the wording was he was stripped of his title as a great reader and all privilege associated with his provision. It never mentioned Thrungi or the rest of the group.
Right, yes. His position as Great Reader was what allowed you to access the vaulted towers. The books and stories you gave allowed you to access the open courtyard. Library is 2 sections. Open courtyard, public space. Vaulted towers.
Okay, I will
research.
say out of character that was never made clear to us because the wording was only ever about what Faendal was allowed. It never said that the rest of the group weren't allowed to come back.
So, as far as you're aware,
Character.
I'll say this here. You would be allowed back to the library's open courtyard, which is where you are currently standing and are allowed entry to. You are not allowed access to the restricted section where the actual mages and everything live.
Sure, what I'm saying is out of character that wasn't very clear last time. Otherwise, we never would have left to go on this shopping trip knowing that we wouldn't have been allowed back to then leave.
No, I knew that was. I didn't think they'd be restricting you coming back before we leave. I thought we had 24 hours.
Yeah, I thought 24 hours to sort our affairs out, to be fair.
I knew that you guys wouldn't be allowed back in the vaulted tower, but I thought you'd have 24 hours of leeway. But that's fine. That's the point.
I'm
Is
just
that
saying,
we didn't-
the reference needs to be clearer because it wasn't clear before.
I thought that was fine because I thought characters wouldn't know. I thought as characters we would assume you'd be able to go and come back for the 24 hours.
I mean, there's an element to it as well, but no one has ever had their Grand Reader title stripped from them. Faendal is not someone who cares much about the laws of the library, so he wouldn't know either. It would have been something for you to have asked about your permissions in and out. You assumed, and you got it wrong. You were now
Both
in this
myself
situation.
Faendal would have assumed he'd be allowed back for the 24 hours instead of thing. We're figuring it out. It's fine. We just have to go around it.
Okay, wait,
Um,
wait,
so
and what
when-
in?
Thrungi stuck outside. There'll be library bureaucracy.
Okay, well, can
Um,
maybe Rambear, if you go and polymorph him, like if you call him over and then sneak him in through the window, maybe?
yeah.
Kind of like you did with them.
See if you can signal him while there's an eagle.
I can't cast spells in wild shape. I would have to use 3 very high. I'd have to use 2 wild shapes and a polymorph to do this.
I could polymorph. Oh no, I can't polymorph. There's no point polymorphing you.
No. How close to Thrungi can I visibly get without being? Does Faendal explain the situation? Like, did your familiar see the philosophizing people they had together?
For the debate, he came out to essentially standing in silence.
I flew overhead, saw Thrungi guard standing there, and had made assumptions and, linked.
Fair assumption. It's also a fair assumption that it's only a matter of time before Thrungi attacks him, making more problems for us. Statistically speaking, it is only ever a few seconds before Thrungi is about to attack anything. Does Rambear know if they leave this particular tower, if they'll be able to get back up?
By the stairs, there's guards. You could ask a guard.
Oh, it's not.
Open the door and ask the guards.
Hi guys. I really need to go and do a bear pee, and we can only do our business by big trees. Nell has like no big trees here. I don't want to leave like something really horrible in the room or drop it out of the tower, but could I go downstairs and find a nice tree to do my bear business next to?
They seem a little perturbed by the whole conversation. And then she just goes, very well, but don't go running off and doing anything else. If you leave, you won't be able to come back into this area of the library if you go beyond the gate.
Beyond the gate. Okay. Thank you very much. And Rambear's gonna walk down the stairs.
Really so funny if you just decided to go back in.
Just go back inside. Gonna head down the tower. Rambear's not got a great sense of direction, I guess, so sort of kind of remember the route a little bit. Like, oh, if I go that, wait.
It's fairly obvious that you have to take.
Little staircase. And round there,
Goes down the tower.
I get to a step and I'm like, wait,
I went
Was
right,
it up
Right?
or down?
and then I went right again.
Kept going right.
maybe it was left. Maybe I should have gone left. We're sort of missing
You try
everything.
going left at one point and walk straight into a wall.
Ramek comes to go back up and ends up going right and straight into a wall.
Where are you heading, Rambear?
I'm heading towards the. So, is there anywhere like near the sun gate that's sort of a little bit elevated, a little bit out, so that the guard wouldn't? Is it like a window looking out?
So it's basically a wall dividing the open courtyard and the vaulted towers.
Right.
With no real windows opening on it.
Okay, and how tall is the wall?
Maybe about 40 foot. Don't know what happened there.
Or if that was me.
Might be
How many feet?
about 40 feet.
Okay. I don't know if I'm very good at climbing. Nah, fine.
It's a sheer brick wall.
Yeah, you can climb sheer brick walls.
Stealth.
If you're a stealth bear. No, okay, so, yeah, Rambear's gonna, the guard is looking at Thrungi, right? Thrungi's quite a presence.
He's on watch, essentially. He's aware of Thrungi, but he's also quite good at his job.
Oh, dang. Rambear's good at sneaking! Where's my phone?
So what's your plan? Just explain to me what your plan is.
Okay, so my plan is I'm gonna try and stealth to. Oh my god, you know what? Okay, well, I'm gonna try my best to naturally stealth because I didn't pick something which I should have. And then I'm gonna try and polymorph.
So you can get up to the wall relatively easily. Like there is
Yeah,
a
yeah.
guard at this side. It's how you're trying to get. But it's how you're trying to get to the other side where Thrungi is. That I'm trying to understand.
Okay, so is it 2 gates? No,
It's
it's
single gate. Thrungi is on one side with the Guardian. You are on the other side where the towers are.
So it's not like not more than 60 feet.
Between you and Thrungi, no.
No, I don't need to get any closer. We're good.
Okay, you can't see Thrungi yet until you climb the wall.
Oh no, yeah, I've decided not to climb it.
Okay, you
Are you
can't see
planning
Thrungi.
on, are you planning on polymorphing him in front of the guard?
What's the guard gonna do?
The magic guard.
What's the guard gonna do?
I mean, just like, if I turn him into a mouse, what can he do?
You can go smaller. No rules against water bears. We'll never find Thrungi until he repolymorphs, but who might be?
Walk me through your plans so we can figure out
No,
how
okay.
this is gonna happen.
So, I would like to, I would like to essentially catch Thrungi's eye, subtly, and like do a little motion for him
Okay, so
to.
your plan first of all is to climb the wall, correct?
Oh, is it like a gate that's closed?
It's a
Closed.
solid
Like a gate that's
adamantium gate.
Okay, I didn't realize it wasn't like a gate that's open and there's just a guard standing there like you can't get past,
No,
but
it
bud.
is it's like a bank vault.
Okay, well, this was not made very clear. That's on me.
Made
I'm
clear
bad
when you
at
walked through it 4 sessions ago.
It was also made clear when the guard was like, even if you kill me, you can't get through the gate.
My poor listening skills are being attacked. Okay, well then I guess we're fucking climbing the wall. Ugh, this was a shit plan, and this wasn't my plan. I was told to go out and polymorph.
Out and then
This
come back
wasn't
to the
anyone's
window.
plan. The rest of us could have walked out.
Rambear
You
goes
could
back up to the tower. Rambear goes right back up to the tower.
Rabbit goes back to the tower. Thrungi, you're getting bored.
You know, what do you mean polymorph him? What do you mean? There's so many issues with this plan because if I polymorph him, he has the intelligence of whatever he's got. Whatever he has polymorphed into, he gets.
Out of character, Thrungi has been, when he can, practicing his woodworking skills.
Okay.
So on the way back, he would have picked up some branches, as wood and stuff like that, and put them in the bag of holding. So he's,
Wouldn't have been a lot to pick up. You were walking along a cliffside.
didn't we have to go through a thing?
You basically walk out of the city and then along a cliff road.
Well, he's picked up everything he can, so he just starts whittling.
Okay.
I thought he was going to make a ladder then.
Rambear, why don't you just walk out the gate and you can't come back in, but you can then take Thrungi to somewhere quiet, polymorph him, then wild shape, and you both come back in through the
So-
window.
So I am imagining a reflavouring of what's happened is that all these discussions are around the plan happening in character.
Okay.
That panic thing was Rambear going, I'm just going to go up to the wall, I'm going to blast at him. And that's why the panic happened.
Okay. Retcon it back. Yes.
It's very like, what's it called, Blades in the Dark.
Yes. Yeah, I'm with you. So the plan. What is the plan?
Plan plans
So
to use up all
Rambear-
my spell slots. I'm getting Thrungi through. Gonna do
Um,
it.
So what are you doing?
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah,
Or you can
Rambear's
use
just gonna.
one of your wild shapes rather than two. If you
Yeah,
just
no, I'm going out as a bat.
Okay.
So yeah, I would.
You walk out, past the guard who, no, there would be a guard this side of the wall, actually,
Ooh,
because that's open gate from this side.
Ooh,
I'm muting you. Muting you on my side. Be lots.
Chris?
I have an idea. I can write in the clouds.
how is that gonna help?
I can give Thrungi a warning.
It's dark now.
Rambear's down there. Rambear's down there.
Rambear's
And
down.
Rambear's doing like.
The gate has
Rambear-
been opened for you. You walk out. Thrungi, you see the gate begin to swing inwards, and a bear standing on the other side of it that you recognise begins to walk.
Oh, so let the fucking bear out.
We're
He
pals.
lets you out, sir.
I'm great pals. Hi, Jeff.
Yeah, but based on the fact that you haven't told them the warning that they're not going to be allowed in after they come out here to obviously have a shit, because bears
What?
shit in woods, although there's no wood here.
You see him
That's a very
literally
good point.
bite his tongue and go back to standing out as the gate slowly closes behind him. I trust you're here to take care of him.
Oh, I came out here to. I know woods. I was told there'd be trees. Okay, do you know where the closest trees are? I'm desperate.
You're just going to have to pee on the wall. Don't
Oh,
pee on him, he gets annoyed, which I'll admit was a dick move. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's horrible. Pooped on a woman earlier. That was fun. Yeah, I don't really like going in front of people who aren't just my friends, and I don't think he's going to turn his back on me. Will you come with me around the corner so I can go pee around the corner, please?
Is there around the corner?
Yeah, there's places that are hidden away. Well, not hidden away, but less public.
Sure. Fine.
Once we get out of eyesight,
Yeah.
earshot, hopefully. Ramba's going to very, very quietly whisper to Thrungi, and I turn you into Little Weasel, please. Please. It's important. Trust me.
Fine, but you have to help me get the gold off everyone.
Oh. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. In gold. Oh, shopping. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Weasel time. Ready? Also, please don't attack me when you become not a weasel again. Got a pinky promise. Bear holds out like a massive claw.
Promise I'll try.
Oh, you can do better than that. Pinky promise.
You're asking me to become a weasel and not giving me any context here. That is the best you're getting.
I'm getting you back up. We're going back up. We're going on an adventure. Biggest adventure.
It sounds like a horrible plan. Let's go.
He didn't think he promised, did he? Weasel time. Pew pew.
Roll me a stealth check.
Oh. My theme music going.
Verbal components.
It's true.
Be some failure it does.
Sit down. It
I
is.
can't imagine it doesn't. Like every spell is.
Polymorph. Checking quickly.
Yeah, verbal, somatic, and material.
Yeah. Alright. I'm not naturally stealthy. I am naturally stealthy, but not very good at stealth.
Roll a stealth check.
Yeah. There's a roll with disadvantage because I'm wearing stupid armor. 22.
Did you roll both the same?
Yeah.
Quiet as the proverbial weasel.
Weasel is actually quite a loud animal.
What armor are you wearing?
She's got her sequoia plate. Not plate.
Oh, just
Good scale. Fantastic.
Druid? Where the is
You are now a weasel. You do retain
We're
your
on the weasel.
personality, you are just considerably dumber.
I reckon it would be
How much dumber?
Good question.
Intelligence of a weasel.
the
I don't
two.
know if weasel's actually an animal. There's a stat block for, but
I do have
Close
a
enough.
intelligence of 2,
Okay, so a lot dumber.
charisma stat 3, strength 3, constitution 8, dexterity 16, wisdom 12.
Oh, quite
You're wiser than Nyah.
I have the same wisdom. I am as wise as I am ever.
I love throwing shade at Nyah at the fact that 90% of beasts have a higher wisdom than
I think
like-
Nyah's more pissed off that Thrungi has a higher wisdom than her.
It's just fun.
It's just with
Anyway, Rambear, I assume you transform into something Sailor Moon style.
Only blasted.
yeah, we're going for like a peregrine falcon though. Something that's not local to the area.
I mean,
Something that will
no,
stand out dramatically to a guard.
he can't say what he would have said.
You're a weasel. Can't say shit.
I know.
But I will, because I'm a nice, I'm vengeful, and I'm a very nice bear. I will fly us over the guard who's being a pain, so you can drop what you want on him. Little weasel poop. Weasel
I
pee. You really
assumed
keen on
that he was in kind of the gate was inset, and then there was an overhang that he was under.
Yeah, it's essentially underneath an archway, so you wouldn't get drops on it.
That's my point.
Are you still
That's
planning on going over him?
Oh no. If there's no physical way for us to put on him, which apparently is my go-to these days.
You deliberately take a circumnavigator's path to try and avoid being seen, because at the minute you're doing something quite illegal. And circle back to Faendal's tower. Low perception checks for everyone who's trying to pay attention. And you eventually arrive back at Faendal's tower. It is now close to 9 PM. Your eviction notice is about 7:30 in the morning.
and they come in the window now. Thrungi, where the hell have you been?
I'm still a weasel, so I just squeak. It's quite an angry squeak, and it goes on for about 5 minutes. If you can understand the dwarvish / weasel, there would be an awful lot of swearing that we couldn't publish.
Rambear, release him from that so I can have
You
a
remember
go
like
at him.
kids' cartoons when like stuff would swear it was just like exclamation points and hashtags? It's that, but with weasel flair.
Yeah.
Why?
Throws the tail up like it's a middle finger. How long do you keep playing all that?
Bitch.
Sağ sergiler familyasında
Not bad.
yaşam alanı.
Am I gonna get copyright strike first, bro?
You shouldn't do. It's just a weasel noise.
Okay, fair.
Damn copyrighted
How long do
weasels.
you keep pulling off that?
No, wait, before, so I'm gonna unwild shape, because they can't understand my mighty falcon form, and say, hey guys, we all owe Thrungi some money, like, just, this is the only, like, this is how I'm not getting absolutely battered for turning him into a weasel, which is funny, because he's got a cute little tummy, touch his tummy.
You get scratched.
I'm a big old bear, you can't do anything to me.
I can. He bites you.
I've got a big long claw. Yeah. Gonna try.
For, a 12 plus whatever it is for a weasel to attack.
I don't think it's gonna hit.
12 plus 5.
Yeah, sorry.
17 doesn't hit you.
Rambear is tooled up, mate.
I don't think Rambear's AC was higher than mine.
Rambear got scale.
Rambear's the second most well armored of the lot of you. He goes Nyah with plate, and then Rambear with Druid's equivalent of plate, essentially.
Thrungi.
Thrungi's just naturally tough. I meant actual physical armor.
You spend like a majority of my time in battle not having my AC because I usually wild shape.
Or just never being in combat.
Yeah, exactly.
Combat so long.
Sequoia
Yeah, sorry. Just guys, can we all?
Oh,
I'd like you guys to pinky promise that we will give him the gold that we owe him.
I'm already getting the gold ready.
You
Yeah, sure, I'm getting it out the bag.
I already like took it out of my sheet anyway, so.
I think technically, I know out of character, I'm fairly certain they've taken the money off already, Brent.
Oh, I
Yeah,
have.
we have.
So
No, for their specific stuff from the
I know,
Dapper
so-
Elf they took off. But from everything else you bought, no one's taken anything off.
yeah,
So we
that's
haven't done
right.
anything yet. Yeah, and then once everybody has put money in like a pile of gold, unpolymorph you.
Well, you don't know how much value.
So it's just a pile. It's just a fairly substantial pile.
Okay.
Not
You
giving
want out
anything.
yourself again?
I bet runs.
Don't let me come here again, otherwise there's going to be a murder.
Why did it take you so long? It's so late now.
The guards here are fucking dicks. Oh,
Yeah.
also, and he just reaches into the bag of holding, and just brings out all of the healing potions that he bought.
Oh,
Oh,
Which was how many?
okay.
Hold on. Have
You couldn't take and you
Okay.
I know, I'm sure I have it.
I love forgiveness.
He has 5 potions of healing, 1 superior healing potion, and 1 greater healing potion.
Okay.
One
there is
potion of
more-
necrotic resistance.
Oh, and 1 potion of necrotic resistance.
Oh.
Bill, we're
just so
running.
people know, you've got 2d4 plus 2 for the regular, 4d4 plus 4 for the greater, and 8d8 plus 8 for the single superior.
He was going to give them to people
8d4
because
plus 8, not
he
8d8.
barely needs them.
So who's taking what?
He was going to give the potion of necrotic resistance to Nyah.
I'm okay. I've got a greater and 3 normal.
Write that down.
Well, Thrungi puts all of them but 1 potion of healing to be handed out to those who need it, because it doesn't make sense for Thrungi to have any of bar 1 to pour in him when he dies. If he gets there.
So there's 4 standard healing potions, 1 greater, 1 superior for people to take. Let's do that.
I've already got a potion of healing on me, so I'm fine.
So Ben doesn't care. Rambear, Faendal, Nyah, Balthazar. Faendal's fairly happy with what he's got, that sounds good. So, medics?
I'll take, I guess, the higher 2, and then you can have 2 of the smaller ones each.
Keeps the
Yeah, I've still got 4. So
So Stephen,
yeah,
grab
I'll
the
grab
superior greater. Nyah and Rambear grab 2 healing potions each.
And Nyah gets the potion of necrotic resistance.
And then you're left
Yeah.
with a single potion of healing.
do you remember how much that cost, Bryn?
1500?
I would have to go back through, didn't check.
Apparently did not write that down.
I'm sure it was about
I've
that.
got the feeling it was like 1600 at the top, but I'll have to double check.
Well, if we run with, put it this way,
It's 1600 and everybody remove.
I think so, yeah.
1600
I divided by 5, call it 300 each. And the Thungi will pay the remaining 100.
Done. 300 each. It is now the middle of the night. The library still is ticking by at this time of night. People, as with all kind of researchers, often end up burning midnight or more often than not. So you can still see lights of people wandering around and doing things in other towers outside your window, Faendal. But what would you like to do?
If I get this gate set up now that Thrungi's finally arrived, are we all packed up? Are we all ready to go? Because potentially we will get back out of the library and immediately have to leave.
I suggest we leave very quickly, because they're probably going to start looking for Rambear and me, because I'm not allowed back in now.
I want to say, did you not, when you went away from them, did you not say that you were leaving?
No, we're not going to be allowed back in through that stupid gate. Once
Did you tell them something like you were going around the corner to pee and then never came back? So
I
now
thought
they're
we were going into town to get supplies for us to leave, and that apparently was enough for them to not let me back in.
I'm not saying that, I'm saying right now.
Was there a cover? There wasn't a cover story, basically, for where the 2 of you disappeared to.
We're not allowed back in. Why do we need a cover story?
Because they might think you're going to break back in,
How?
like you did.
It's a magical place full of guards who are very competent at their jobs and slightly smell like urine.
To be honest, I'm very surprised you managed to just sort of fly back over here.
I'm really surprised it's much twice for us.
We're filling in Thrungi on the plans. He doesn't need to really know. I imagine he doesn't really care about the mechanics.
I'll give Thrungi like a very quick recap while Faendal's panicking around.
We need to set it up again after last time.
I'll tell him about the Zenithus stuff, about how Zenithus might be on his way as soon as we open the gate, so we have to like find the spear and then get back and leave. Yeah, I'll just update him on like that sort of thing.
While Nyah is doing that, if Faendal and I set the orrery back up again, set everything back up, since it reset after we last opened the gate slightly.
Roll an intelligence check.
I will do it. And I'm getting help, so it's advantage, yeah?
Yep.
19 plus 5, so 24.
That'll do it. You set it up. You are pristine confident on it. You set it up once before, proved it works, and you very quickly set it back up to its.
I'm also going to give Rambear a potion of replenishment because she did the polymorphic. It won't do your full 4th level spell slot, but it's a potion that is it's a 2nd level spell slot in a potion in a bottle.
Would you like to keep a hold of that? Because I use my claws, and I've never seen you use your sword, broken sword.
Yeah, but I also have a 1st level spell slot in a bottle, and I have a stone around my neck that is 1d6, 2d6 worth of spell slots.
Okay.
This potion will essentially allow you to either regain 2 level 1 spell slots or 1 level 2.
I see.
If I need it, you still have it. Like, it's just that, in case you want it.
Thank you. Thank you very
So-
much, Faendal.
If we're all sort of preparing, Vent's basically going to go over towards the thing, and using my Eldritch Invocation for Arcane, I think it's Arcane Sight, it's the one that lets me cast Detect Magic at will. I'm just going to start pumping 1st level Detect Magics into it.
Okay.
Does that?
Interestingly,
Oh.
it doesn't seem to have an effect.
Would like to
Mechanically,
fight.
because you are not expending a spell slot to do it, it doesn't have an effect, just out of game, so you know.
Okay.
But it seems to be that because it's a different kind of how it's working, that it doesn't seem to funnel.
There's reasons.
Rather than,
We have to spend things to make it work.
The magic is weird.
rather than you taking that bottle, actually, so we'll just put the potion of replenishment in. It's like liquid magic. That's the 2nd level spell slot out of the way.
That's fair. But very quickly, I would like to offer, as the first time I've ever tried this, I'm not very good at it, necessarily. I could try cooking us a great feast.
Oh.
Will we
That does take an hour.
Spell domain? Does it take an hour? Casting time 10 minutes.
It takes an hour to consume.
Consume. It's up to you guys.
It's a very spell.
What?
Oh my god, that's such a good spell.
How
though.
about
Faendal's very much. I've got to say, as a player, yeah, that sounds great. As Faendal's very, very impatient. It's already been 3 hour delayed.
No, this is. Sorry, I wanted to say this earlier, but then we had Thrungi
What
needing
buffs and
rescuing.
stuff does it go up?
hey, it's a celebration to look forward to.
I mean, to be fair, we were waiting for you for 3 hours extra.
This is something I had prepared the second that we finished our long rest, but yeah.
How
I don't
long
wanna
does it do that for?
it's-
Lasts 24 hours once it's consumed.
Then we left Thrungi the leftovers, and Thrungi can consume it as we are setting the machine up.
Is our lovely DM gonna let us use
Retroactively use Heroes
several
Feast.
sessions preparing for? Spent a long time buying this freaking gem encrusted bowl.
You did.
1,000 gold pieces.
Respect the effort.
Sorry. Last time I tried to cast this freaking spell, we got interrupted as we were eating it. I'm so angry about it.
When would you have cast it?
Not here. Sorry. So my plan would have been to cast it the second we woke up, essentially, from like, or the second we sort of started shuffling around. After how
I'll
long?
give you two options at this point. You can either have done that, at which point Thrungi does not get it. The contents of the dinner disappear after the hour. So all of you would have the benefits, Thrungi wouldn't, or you can just not have cast it and save the 6th level spell slot. It's up to you.
The thing is that the perks of it are immune to poison, being frightened, and you make wisdom saving throws with advantage.
And
Your hit points
2d10 hit points.
It doesn't bring us anywhere near Thrungi's hit points. Sorry, no offense, Bryn.
No,
and I think he is immune to being frightened.
No, he's resistant to poison.
Resistant to poison.
It's some very good stuff from me to have.
Yeah, this would be ideal for Thrungi.
And he is arguably the one person you don't want failing wisdom saving throws.
Yeah, absolutely not.
But we
And
keep
the
it as
one most likely to fail them are also likely. It's not a high chance, he's still quite good at them, but of the party, he is the most likely to fail.
How generally ball consumable
I think
is that?
technically Nyah is the most likely.
Nyah's got her Paladin aura, and her protection, which magically buffs it.
And she's also trained in them, so she has +8.
Oh,
So
she
he-
is, isn't she? Paladins are the weirdest saving throw
Thrungi
proficiencies.
has +1.
+1. I think Nyah is like second highest.
Wisdom saves.
Yeah, I'm good at wisdom save. I'm not good at wisdom.
No, it's literally
Yeah, plus
literally everyone else is proficient at wisdom.
Everyone but Bryn has like +8 wisdom.
I have +5.
Yeah, okay.
Unless
Well-
I'm near Nyah.
What's your decision, Ella? Those are your
You won't
choices.
have a tasty snack, and if we all die, please don't come at me. We don't want to TPK us, but that's not mine.
Would Rambear have gotten impatient 2 hours in to eat? Is the question.
Yeah, but I feel like
And
Rambear's
then-
always a little snack to go.
Yeah, you've always
Would-
got
we wouldn't eat without Thrungi.
Okay. So
Okay.
you
So
have
Rambear is
you
a bit
have
of
the
a
coordinates set.
Okay.
strop the
I'm going to
Thrungi.
use my Legacy of Felgathos racial spell. The 2nd level charm person.
Okay. I'll agree that
See if that one
is
works.
slots. Because it
Yeah.
is definitely a resource.
I think we can we'll tip the bottles in. Actually, that push. So it's 1 2-level one and 1 1-level one.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I didn't intend to give.
Those are taken and consumed in much the way you expect them to be.
Really weirdly poured them upside down.
I'll
Well.
be right back.
What was that? Oh. Poured them upside down. What can we do?
I have 3 5th level spell slots.
You don't.
Hold on to yours.
I have one other basically free 2nd spell slot that I can use.
How many have we done?
2 from me. I think 2
you,
from your potion of replenishment.
3. So it's 5 total.
I can do a level 2 or level 3, whatever you want me to.
You've got limited. Let the spellcasters do it. We've got 1,000,000.
Right, who's casting what other spells? Sorry about that.
We've gone 5.
So
I'll
you've
do.
done
I'll do a 4th level Warfire again.
Check it out.
It's
Again, spells are just piling in as you're casting them. Just to check, because you learned that from last time, do you have the Fire Elemental canisters prepared?
Yeah.
Because that was the reason that the game shut last time, because it didn't have any energy to then sustain it.
I presume it's just the canister, fire gems in the canisters.
Yeah. That's right. Sorry, after all of fire, what next?
Yeah, so this is something, sorry, I need to ask you very quickly out of game, I guess. Arc Lightning, work in progress.
Can't have it.
Okay, I thought not. I saw it, I was like, oh my god, and then I saw Whip, and I was like, wait, shit. Okay,
So working on
that's fair. I'll change that in a bit. So then I will cast 4th level, Healing Spirit into the Yes.
The thing is humming at a decent, harmonious level at this point, but still audible, and you know you need to get enough power in that it drops.
I'll cast 3 fog clouds at 2nd level, so
That's
6 total.
6.
What are we on now? So it's a 6.
To tell you the number's 19. You know you need you know you put 24 in.
And that works.
Okay.
I will put in. We've got 5 to fill there.
Yeah.
I'll put in a 2nd and 3rd level, chucking in bunch of.
You
Just
don't
a-
need to necessarily what spell, but budget putting that spell slot in.
It's a really solid. It's tell you what. It's no spells. It's the. I'm just manipulating the aura of magic with my little,
Nice.
I manipulate.
That is very thematic. Just Faendal in the middle of there, just going fuck spells. I can do this myself. Just starts literally. Always see like the strands of the weave become actual reality for a second as he like pushes and weaves them into something to them to get pushed upwards. And then eventually that humming builds and builds and builds before it drops down to you already feel it in your chest. The whining of the individual electronic items start piercing your ears before they go up hyper audible. The glow in the room from all the runes along the wall and along the device itself build and fill the room with light after it become dark. And that sound of thunder and lightning cracking the stone wall echoes once again. Balthazar and Vent quickly grab the fire elementals, breaking the gems in the canisters, jamming the canisters on to maintain the power. You see the gate crack and widen further until it is the size of a doorway, big enough for you to walk through. There is a gaping wound in the world.
I handle my familiar. I need a force emergency, and I'm like, if it's been an out, if the elementals look like they're running out of juice, shove that in. I assume there's just a slot. It's like the tube.
But yeah, they
And then, have you got your horse out?
Yeah.
Make sure you're in constant contact with it.
I've like been my horse and like
Yeah.
been done.
Let us know if you can't contact it.
Yeah.
We'll figure something out there. And we're ready. I'm going through first aid. Right.
you're going through first, mate.
Deep breath in. Looted my room as much as possible. Yeah. There's not. We already looted it when it came the first time. My bookshelf full.
Okay.
Oh, is the bookshelf's not full? Actually, because I'm going to loot books from the life. No, the bookshelf's full for now. If I loot books from the life, still there. And I step through the crack.
Who follows it?
Pretty sure I would, now that the stone, I can
Yeah,
feel
you're
it again.
both feeling that pull. There's that dark whisper in your head. Marching order. After Balthazar.
Vent will go in.
Event. Next. Nyah, Rambear, Thrungi.
Rambear will go next.
You enter into the multicoloured, almost impossible colours of light that are streaming out of this crack into a hallway of solid light.
Okay, Mario Kart. Rambear Road.
Element to that. Nyah, Thrungi, you're the last two in the room.
I take a step towards it and say, "Are you coming?"
Take one last look around the house room, kind of like trying to find myself. It's not something human should be dealing with.
Thrungi just basically just grabs her by the breastplate and just throws her in.
I am so.
You
So
begin,
disrespectful to her.
you begin walking down this corridor, and there's like Nyah stumbles through. You hear the clank of metal, barely. There is a howling gale in here, and you're squinting your eyes because it is both bright and weirdly coloured. Can everyone please make me a wisdom saving throw?
We're all near now, yeah?
Yeah, I guess.
does it count
I'd say
since she...
Faendal and Balthazar aren't.
I was
Because
gonna
you're
say-
far enough ahead.
I'm gonna say, does this apply anyway since she entered last?
I'd say, yeah, the two at the front of the marching order aren't within 10 feet, the rest of you are.
Ooh, not great. We should have had
What's
the hero.
What's the bonus from Nyah?
+3.
Plus 3.
Okay, 19.
19. Thrungi.
16.
16. Rambear.
23 plus
Nyah?
Nyah's.
11.
11. Faendal.
14.
I rolled a 3.
14. And Balthazar.
How did you get a plus
20.
from 0?
Nyah, as you're walking through, you can't help but feel like you hear something on the wind, like there's voices. They screams and they whispers. You can't quite tell, and you just start to pay slightly too much attention, and your head gets racked with images of other planes of existence, empty space of nothingness, and the call of the void. You take 14 points of psychic damage.
Getting PTSD from
And I need you to roll me, bear with me, a D100, please.
You notice not specifically what's happening, but the effect it's having.
We'll see, I imagine.
5.
5. Nyah, as this is happening on you, you just instinctively, your mind essentially shuts down to try and preserve your sanity. Nyah completely locks up, stops moving. Nyah, you are currently paralysed.
Okay, Thrungi will stop,
Getting flashbacks.
turn to her, and say, "You're stronger than this." And wait to see if there's a response.
Nothing, she is not there.
Cool, then he picks her up and carries her.
Nyah, can you roll me a D10 as well, please?
Climb and
Yeah.
carry.
She's got some heft to her, but you are strong.
Yeah. I will say my movement is more than likely halved because she's in full weight, but
That's a 10.
Okay. For the sake of understanding, you are paralysed for 10 minutes.
Do I not hear anything either of what's going on?
You're essentially, you are dead to the world, you are inside your own mind at this point.
basically you're in a coma.
That was me
Because you got 0 wisdom.
dying, going in a coma.
Eventually, Vent, as you're walking along, you feel something begin to quiver on your thigh. The female voice just appears in the edges. Your own path beckons. You feel your dagger quivering at your side.
I just sort of reach down, put my hand over it.
As you put your hand on it, it's warm to the touch, almost hot. Not enough to burn you, but it is heating up. Like it's vibrating with resonance. Can you make me a perception check?
Oh, that's good. Plus 1, 19.
Out of the corner of your eye, you swear you spot like a sliver of firelight amongst the multi-hued coloured walls. No one else seems to have noticed it. It's the size of maybe a small dagger cut in the wall of the tunnel.
With my work on the coordinates here, does it look like at any point in the sort of hole punctured that it was somewhere near, like, the mainland?
From what you can tell, no. But roll me an insight check.
I don't feel me. Natural 20.
Natural 20.
25.
That voice, that the sense that someone who has maybe your own interests in mind has imbued that dagger with the ability for you to make your own path.
Okay. As I sort of hear like Nyah like freezing up and the sort of clanking of Thrungi going to like pick her up, I'll sort of look around me and so I've got Faendal, Balthazar in front of me, then Faendal.
Faendal's storming ahead, walking back.
Yeah, Rambear behind me. I'll just put my hand on Rambear's shoulder, on like Rambear's back, because I'm presuming they've probably looked back to see what's going on with Nyah.
Yeah, you see Thrungi like hefting her up onto his shoulder and sort of like plodding after you.
And I'll just sort of like say quickly to Rambear, "You've got this. And it's probably going to be okay. So don't worry. And I'll be in touch." And I take my dagger, turn, run to the wall, bring it across, and dive through the cut that I make.
You slash a cut and it glides through like a surgical knife through paper. Like it's clean and crisp. You're cutting through almost the skin of reality. The wall begins to bleed multicolored lava. You jam your staff into it, and the souls that were trapped inside begin to scream only to your ear, and you wield it open and squeeze yourself through the cut and just fall through reality and out the other side. And before any of you can react, Rambear especially, you see this cut open and instantly seal shut behind it.
I'm sad.
What the fuck, Andrew?
I'm not used to it. No, it was a part of the campaign. It was a part of the party. It's too long as guest. It's a bloody 6-month-long guest appearance.
Faendal.
Doesn't matter.
Rambear's gonna yell about this. Rambear's making a scene. Did anybody see that? He just...
Thrungi was busy, Nyah was oblivious
I'm
to it,
out.
and Thrungi and Balthazar, you have powered on ahead, drawn
And, yeah.
towards something.
Thrungi is probably just. You mean Faendal, not Thrungi?
Yeah, sorry. Powering on ahead. You're 20 feet, 50 feet. It's very hard to tell in this tunnel exactly what distances are. You're beginning to lose track of quite how long you've been walking. But eventually you come to a wall made of glass. You can see something on the other side. It looks thin. It's dark on the other side. There is definitely something between you and it.
Both me and Balthazar are against it now.
You are now up against the wall and you haven't noticed anything behind.
I'm gonna give him a look.
This is it.
Yeah. I'm gonna raise my staff. Are you gonna do it with me?
I'm ready to follow.
I'm gonna smash the glass.
You bring your staff down, crack, there's a burst of magical energy from the top of the staff, radiant light bursts out from that ivory claw of a dragon, and you feel it kick, and you see spider webs crack all across. Balthazar brings down his staff as well. You've completed it, shattering, and you stumble through the barricade between one world and another. Behind you, the tunnel fashioned by the Dolmen Gate continues to churn and roll, and you see Rambear standing there, lost and confused, Thrungi hefting Nyah up on his shoulder.
What do we see out the gate? What have we just stumbled into?
I'm looking behind. Yeah.
So,
I know.
where are you looking? Sorry.
Around
Look
us,
there.
where are we?
Around you. Looking around, tell you what, Faendal, roll me a d20.
D20.
D20. You may have to read it. Depending on
19.
19. Good, you didn't roll at all. 20 would have been a good roll at all. circular, octagonal-like room. The ceiling is a large domed glass observatory of some kind. There is nothing beyond it. There's just darkness. There is... you're essentially almost like on a balcony. Like, the room is circular, but there is a hole in the middle of it that leads down to something. There's maybe a shoulder-high balustrade that runs around that gap down the middle to make sure no one falls down. And just to the side of you, there is a low, plush velvet bench covered in a thick layer of dust.
I'm gonna slowly approach the balustrade.
What do you say? Check that. Thrungi has caught up with you at this point.
23.
Come back to you. Rambear, Thrungi.
Did you see where Vent went? He was here and I can't see him anymore.
I thought that was Andrew leaving for a moment.
I'm just going to turn my camera off quickly if that's alright.
Don't bother. We're nearly finished, so.
Okay.
Thrungi just goes, I've got other things that I was worrying about, but if he's gone, he's gone.
Just say that.
I went from here.
Yeah. You think he's safe?
I mean, I doubt he would have left unless he felt confident he wouldn't die. He's got his own path. He came here for himself, not with us.
I know, but it just feels like, you know, first we lost Ram and now Vent, a new favorite NPC who's played.
We know that either of them are dead.
Okay, probably. Didn't say it very confidently, but it felt like he knew something that we don't know. I don't think he'd been consulted on the plots of this campaign.
I strongly suggest we get out of here before God knows what happens. I don't exactly trust the elf.
No, he's a bit incensed right now. You need help with the Nyah's unconscious body. Paralyzed.
She's
It's
conscious. The eyes are just glazed over.
She's settled now. Moving it will be more hassle.
So you keep powering through, and you come to that broken window. Oh no, Balthazar, Faendal, there's no broken glass your side. Just
I wouldn't notice.
the two of you with Nyah step through. Looking around you, everything is dark. The strong winds of the tunnel seem to kick up a thin layer of dust around you. There's an odd few gently glowing crimson lights that add an odd effect to the room. The floor is made of white marble, and the large dome ceiling above just disappears into darkness. Wooden beams kind of supporting it. But you have arrived. Well, actually, what was that, 23? Faendal. You don't necessarily see much, but you do pick out. There is two, maybe waist-high shapes at either end of the room. That, at the points you seem to notice that they seem to move slightly. You hear the soft grind of metal on metal, smooth metal on metal, and the clank of metal moves. You also, with 23, hear a soft buzzing, very quiet, a drone that can be heard from down below, and the sound of insects chewing. But you have arrived. Wherever here is a hidden part of history, a forgotten place among the stars. How long you have, you are not certain. Your way home will not stay open forever. but you have made it to the Lost Library of Eretria. And that is
I'm
where
trying
we'll
not-
pick up next time.
We're not trying the approaches like that.
While Nyah is unconscious on the back of Thrungi, sort of locked away in her brain for a bit, imagine sort of seeing everything from a sort of fairly step back perspective. There's sort of a sound behind your little locked in mental image. The sound of metal boots clinking against stone. And the sound of a chair being drawn and put behind you. And another one next to you. As Vent, once you've been taken through into the library, sits down next to you, watching the world outside where your brain has currently hidden yourself away. So, this wasn't entirely what I planned, but you made it to the library. Well done. I'm sure the rest of them will probably be okay, and to be honest, you were the easiest to talk to. Faendal doesn't really go unconscious the way that I need for this to work. Rambear, I think, will be too upset. Thrungi, I'm frankly terrified of, and to be honest, I'm still figuring out my feelings about Balthazar, to be honest. I don't know. But all this, library, orbs, saving the world, that's your guys' thing. I'm just off to go and do mine. The Dolmen Gate was very useful, and hey, it's a whole bunch more knowledge that I've picked up. But I don't think you heard the story. The reason I can't really go back with you to the great big what's that settlement called?
Adamant.
No, the guild headquarters.
Adamant Citadel.
That's why I can't really go back to the Adamant Citadel. Because there's a number of warrants for my arrest, death, capture, etc. Okay, we'll start from the beginning. Have a seat. You can move around for the meantime.
Wait, what? I don't understand where I am. Where are we?
We're in your brain. It's just you're not quite, in communication with the body right now.
How are you in my brain?
You're basically unconscious.
How long?
Well, I don't know. However long, whatever it was that made you freeze up is. This is hearsay. Everything happening out there, that's not happening in here right now.
Wait, you said you're leaving?
For a while, probably. I don't think saving the world is my thing.
Oh, wait, why is the guild after you?
What was that, sorry?
Why is the guild after you?
So, this is awkward. I have a name. Vent Volcarvent, that's my name. But before that, I was called something different. Because I was it's quite sort of cyclical and fun. This is the story that got me into the library in the first place. Before my head exploded and all this, I was beginning to get some idea of magic, and that was because I found this bottle while I was busy working away. I was studying. I was studying to become a wizard. Seems a bit ridiculous now, but yeah, I found this bottle, and then little whispers in my head, and headache's been getting worse and worse and worse. Until finally, boom. The half-elf who was here before became Vent. And Vent has something he has to do. Fire doesn't just keep burning, Nyah, you know this. It needs fuel. And for me, fuel is other people who have the same spark.
So, this body that you're in is just someone that you're using as fuel.
Sort of, not entirely. Let's tell you what. Let's use some visual clues. That might be a little bit easier. As we're sort of sitting in the dark with the sort of little window ahead, I'll swipe. Vent sort of swipes his hand, and the image changes to back when he was a sort of half elf. But the head is sort of newly broken. The skin hasn't darkened yet. Sort of the fire's blazing there, and he's standing in an alleyway. It's raining, and there's a corpse in front of him. A sort of bloody dagger in his hand. So I'd been like that for a while, couple of weeks, when this guy comes to town, and you know, he's sort of quite interesting. You know, he's sort of an interesting person. Everybody's sort of curious to know about the guy who's got no chin or chest, the giant half-orc with the flaming torso. Till one day I was making my way back home and he tried to kill me. He didn't do it, of course. I mean, came close, and I wasn't always much of a fighter, to be honest, and well, from honesty, I slipped on the rain and I tripped into him with my knife. It's ridiculous now. But once he died, my power grew. His fire went out and mine grew stronger. So that's what I'm off to do. Find more with that light and add it to mine.
So you're off to kill others like you?
Hopefully. There's an orcish clan in the Wastes who I'm an orc of Blackfen, I think, who's my next one I'm going after. Somebody from, I think they're somewhere around the Bleaklem Steppes is what I've picked up from while I've been here. That's why I'm in the library, trying to find more people like this. And, well, I mean, it's the other side of the continent. This Dolmen Gate made it really easy to get there. Hopefully I'll be there soon. I'm still falling.
What happens if you don't kill others like you? Do you eventually just go out?
I don't know. I don't want to find out.
So
It's
you're gonna...
a visual reminder of how alive you currently are.
So you're just gonna leave now? Like, how are you gonna leave? We're heading to the library.
Oh, of course, this is the bit where you went unconscious. Let's rewind. And I'll basically sort of run back a little bit in sort of Nyah's vision to sort of swapping to my perspective, basically, as like you locked up and froze, collapsed, and that was the out I needed. I mean, if Thrungi was still around and saw me trying to do this, he might try and stop me. Faendal was busy charging ahead and Balthazar was going after him. Rambear looking around just gave me that chance to slip away, so I took my knife. I was guided by something, and it all made sense at the time.
So this is goodbye.
I mean, hopefully not. Hopefully you'll all go and stop the end of the world and we can meet up again some other time. But maybe for now, we'll say cheerio.
Well, I don't really understand, and I'm not sure if what you're doing is morally correct, but
Oh, it's absolutely not morally correct. No. This is full-on kind of evil. I'm basically a serial killer.
No, like, that's alright.
well done, stuff, I guess. Look, you're our friend, so if our paths cross again, you can count on us.
Yeah, I figured it was probably best to explain it when there wasn't a chance that you might try and stop me.
You're free to go to your own path.
Yeah, I hope ours cross again. May fate will it.
Yeah, well, I suppose I do have to bet on fate.
Well, in the meantime, he'll sort of get up from his chair and put his hand on Nyah's shoulder as he sort of turns to leave. Probably best you wake up. They're probably going to need you. And then walk off into darkness.
First of all, before we go anywhere, I just want to say a big thank you to Andrew for coming along on what I initially said was probably going to be 1 or 2 sessions and has now been 6 or 7.
It's been alright.
Over about 4 months.
You have been brilliant, genuinely, and I can't wait to have you back sometime in the future.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Yes, we'll sign off there. Thank you very much, everyone, and we'll see what happens next time.